Hello, welcome on in. My name is JStation64, and welcome to the Little Ghosty Games channel and our very first stream of Jammy Dodgers, a live-action role-play game of the Light of Xaryxis adventure book, which is right here. That we're going to be running through with three sounding good, excellent stuff. Thank you, Karen. Three excellent, brave, potentially foolish adventurers who are with me. I have starting. We'll do bottom to top, starting off with Rusty.
Hello. Hello. I'm Rusty Dumas. I am a what we saying? What we are.
Who you are?
Who are we?
Yeah.
Well,
Who be you?
Started a very long time ago. Yes, Rusty Two-Hander. I'm a monk. A human monk of neutral good alignment, and I'm an acolyte of someone. I forgot.
Well, we can do more like the details as we get into the game, as we will be having introductions to our characters very soon. Above RevTed is Amadan. Hello, Amadan.
Hello.
How you doing?
Welcome. Thank you for inviting me here. I am really looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Is this your first streamed game of D&D?
Certainly is. My first evening in the limelight. I'm basking in it.
Hey.
Absolutely.
And you're playing Jomp?
I am playing Jomp, the very, very small but very big-hearted kobold sorcerer.
Oh.
Can I adopt Jomp?
I think we're going to come into it like pre-adopted. it's already gone down. And top of the pile is Ghost of Sunny.
Hello, I'm Ghost of Sunny, and I'm playing Basque, who is a Tabaxi ranger and a sweet, simple boy.
Oh. We're all adoptable.
Yeah. Three very adorable characters coming in, so to brace yourselves.
Please don't kill us in the first 10 minutes. Attack of the Swarm, surprise!
I may or may not have made sure they have second characters ready. I will also say as well that we're all in the shade at the moment because it is sweltering here. So, yeah, none of us have any kind of light sources on because we're all melting. And I personally am resenting putting headphones on. So it's that warm at the moment. So, but we will persevere. So, are we all ready to start the adventure?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Ready as you'll ever be. You say that, but... oh, lost camera for a second while I'm putting some music on. There we go. That's something I'll have to look into. Apparently, when I switch over to the camera, you guys disappear. So, to the music, sorry, you guys disappear. So that'll have
In
to
real life as well.
In real life as well, yeah. You're only here when
Fading out.
So yes, I will tell you to brace yourselves to start off with, as we're going to have a slightly lengthy monologue from me to bring us into the game. So prepare yourselves. Cool. So I will switch over to the. Let's see if this is the first time we're trying this out. So let's see if this works. You're probably going to disappear off camera again for a second. Oh no, that's the wrong one.
Oh, look at that handsome boy.
This one. Hey, there we go. And you're back. Existence failure is a serious business. Yes. Existence is back. There we go. So, if you ever find yourselves adventuring on the northern coast of Terrell, a sweet scent might catch your nose. If you were to follow that enticing smell past the fields of purple red berries and the honey-scented woods, you would find yourself looking down on the small town of Scrumberry. Quiet cottages and small houses nestle along the edges of the cliffside and wind down on tight, zigzagging roads that hug the edges of the hill flowing down to the small but very bustling port below. Small fishing boats potter about in the calm waters behind the safety of the seawall, whilst clippers and galleons line the docks, busily loading one of Scrumberry's several fine exports. With a reputation for both delicate inks and refined honey, Scrumby does a good deal of trade. However, the thing that Scrumby is truly famous for, the thing that brings ships from halfway around the world to this sleepy little coastal town, is its jam. Jam, or jelly, or conserve, whatever you want to call it. Scrumberry jam is renowned the world over as the very finest jam. Most delicious of jams, desired everywhere from the slums of Green Bay to the parched lips in the palaces of the burning city. Scrumberry is a truly delicious jam.
Is it scrumptious?
It's a scrumptious jam.
Is it scrumbly scrumptious?
Is it scrumptious?
Scrumberry jam on crumpets is just Scrumberry crumpets. It's what it's all about. The many as truly delicious as Scrumberry is, the delicious treats draw in trade from across the world, but they also bring with it another kind of visitor to Scrumberry, those looking for a more adventurous life. The many ships that visit the village from the far-flung corners of the world have vacancies. Hard, grueling work with no pay, but a chance to take on a new life, travelling the world, whether you're a bright-eyed adventurer looking for a new horizon, or someone looking to quickly disappear maybe to another hemisphere for one reason or another. Those looking for that kind of work are known as dodgers. Now, securing work as a dodger is no easy task. As the port of Scrumby, there is precious few vacancies and a lot of souls eager to fill them. Captains, being captains, usually like to put on a good show. So when word is out that they're auditioning for new dodgers, and at first bells, eager adventurers, young and old, would gather at the docks, hoping to present themselves the ship's captain and be selected. And so it is on a fine early summer's morning, with the sweet scent of Scrumberry fields clashing against the salty sea air, that a clear ring of a bell cuts through to the seagulls' cries and the waves resonating around this small valley. We see keen adventurers, some we may recognise, and eager onlookers as they make their way down to the port, amongst the bakers and the sailors. Crowds whisper and rumour about the affairs of the village, about who will be chosen, about the next Scrumberry harvest, and about the blessing of the recent shooting stars. The noise of the crowd increases further as we travel through the streets and out to the waterfront, where we find the bell ringing out from a beautiful galleon stationed at one of the town's many stone portsides. Its name, emblazoned in gold, shimmers in the sunlight. It is called the Star Strider. Switch over to the Star Strider. You're back? Nope, now you're back. There we go. Gonna have to get used to that. It has 3 decks, all beautifully painted, and tall, proud masts that cast an imposing shadow in the morning sun over a collection of over a dozen figures that stand roughshod in line amongst the docks, waiting for the Star Strider's captain. Quite the crowd has gathered along the docksides, as dodging is considered high entertainment amongst the folk of Scrumberry, and when a ship the size and prestige of the Star Strider is involved, you know it's going to be a good show. The crowd excitedly chatter amongst themselves, placing bets and wondering what the event will bring, when suddenly a hush falls over the crowd, as a figure silhouetted by the morning light appears atop the gangplank. Striding down to the dockside, you see a man in an impeccable white uniform. He cuts an impressive figure, so much so that you wonder he potentially might have some elven heritage. Looking up from his tricorn hat with a smirk, he eyes the waiting lineup and the crowd behind. And then as a man who has clearly understood the brief and enjoys a good performance, turns to the crowd, speaking up so all can hear. Dodgers! My name is Captain Stellana of the Star Strider. You present yourselves here for a place aboard my prestigious crew. The Star Strider is a special ship. We only accept the best of the best, but today's dodging will be challenging. However, you will be pleased to hear that I have not 1, not 2, but 3 spaces aboard my ship. As gasps and whispers echo around the crowd like it's some plot twist in a melodrama. The murmurs die down. Captain Stellana, quite pleased with his reaction, and kind of speaks up once more. We shall begin then, as per tradition, with the captain's examination. Dodgers, prepare yourselves. And we'll get a. Do you want to see a picture of Captain Stellaris? Stellaris, sorry.
Absolutely.
Stellaris.
Delana.
Stellana.
Let
there
me
we go,
just
thank
check
you.
I'm not going to get.
There we go. There he is.
Ruggedly handsome.
Good old Captain Stellar.
I bet he doesn't have 10 lines.
This whole campaign's gonna be a long build up to a pun. Yeah. You know how I roll. Hey. So, as you are in the line, the three of you, I think this is your first dodging. You guys haven't been in Scrumberry for very long, I understand. So this is probably the first opportunity you've had to come and do one of these dodging examinations, interviews, whatever you want to call it. Chance to get on another ship, onto a ship. The captain starts to make his way down the line, begins questioning the dodgers one by one. Quiet conversations interspersed with people twirling weapons and wafting music and doing unusual different things. People from all kinds of walks of life make up the lineup, and as you go along, the captain, you can see, talking to a tall white dragonborn who finishes spinning their staff with each end tipped with ice and clearly impressing Captain Stellana. He takes another step forward and then looks at a decided gap, and then realizes that he needs to look down, as the next potential dodger is somewhat shorter than the rest. Perhaps a little rarer in common society, but not entirely unknown. Amadan, tell us, who do we see?
Imagine the camera pans across a row of hopefuls, and suddenly there's a gap. The camera moves back and then has to lower and lower still to see Jomp standing tall, trying to stand tall at 2.5 feet in height. Jomp wearing a used baker's apron and a dusty brown shawl over the top, hood covering the horns of her face. Tiny little talons raise up and pull the hood down, and blinks in the startling light of the morning. Blue eyes open wide in wonder at the ship and the captain in front of her. Hey, yeah.
Kind of looks left and right. Are you supposed to be here, little one?
Yeah, I'm wanting passage on ship.
Oh, well, very well. Your name, please?
Jump. Like the noise you make when you go jump. And sparkling white sharp teeth clenched together in a sound that is remarkably like jump.
It actually sounds like a jump. Interesting. Not a name I've heard before. And where is it that you hail from?
Hail from like ice from sky.
No, child. Where are you from? How did you get here?
From? Oh well, I was born from an egg.
And then
What?
Anyway, let's move on. Your skills. What is it you do? What are you?
Ah,
good at?
well, that's a long story. You see, I was born in Heckmond White Barrens. It's not too far below surface of world. It's about 2 or 3 10 days in that direction, and Jomp uses a snout to point in the direction she came from. What do I do? Well, in my tribe, I was the one that they sent in first. You know, when you're digging new tunnels, and the bravest one goes first. And I had my pickle moth with me. And when I sensed danger, I sent Pickle Moth back to the others because it could get itself out of a pickle. And that way, the tribe knew not to come in the direction that I was going. And then I'd run back really, really fast most of the time. And yeah, that was my job. I was the last one to be born, and they think I was a bit too close to fire. But I feel alright. So I'm here. I can cook. And she points at her pans and her whisk. She's got a fancy new whisk. She's got a chopping knife. I can cook.
Does Jomp have a pan and a whisk as a sword and shield, kind of?
Not using... That'd be unhygienic. And I'm fast. I don't know how, but I can do things. And she... like flames, and then it turns into a block of cheese, a minor illusion, and I can... Once I fell down a hole and I hurt my leg, and I concentrated really, really hard, and it went, and I felt really good. I felt like, well, first time I saw sunrise, that's what I felt like. So, yeah, I can cure scrapes and scratches and bruises.
And you can see Captain Stellana looking down at you is really not sure how to read this whole situation. It sounds like you've got useful skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, being a dodger, it's always useful to have someone we can send in first to make sure it's safe.
Yeah.
It's one of the primary...
I'm not scared of nothing, me. They said I fell on my head or something when I was born, because I'm not scared of anything.
And if you can, adapt to serve the food that we like, that might be
I can cook the food. I can cook anything. It doesn't have to be rats and insects. I don't like eating rats and insects. No. And I make the most wonderful berry pie. I learned in this town. It uses jam. Jam is wonderful.
And you were very much losing him with this. Speak of rats and on insects, but then when you start mentioning berries, it just turn him around and like, okay. Well, what's your demonstration? What is it? What you got to show?
Okay, right. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spin round really, really fast with my eyes closed, and I'm a bit giddy now, but my eyes are still closed, and I'm gonna go north, and she's gonna walk to the north. See, I'm walking north. I know. See, I never get lost.
Do you want to do a survival check, I guess, that's direction, right? To check. What do we get?
Did it appear? Oh,
I hit a doodle. Perfect first roll of the game. And,
how did I do?
He'll stop you at the edge of the water between the boat and that's south, but yeah, very impressive, I suppose, and kind of like guide you back to.
I'm a bit giddy now.
Yeah, take a breather. Good
Oh.
Okay, well, and take a step forward down the line, and eyes will be raised upwards, and maybe take a little step back to take in the full majesty of we didn't get to see Jomp, did we? Sorry, I'll put Jomp on. My bad. Let's get Jomp on screen. There's little Jomp.
So cute.
Dizzy and spinning around and waiting to waiting to get hired.
Tripped over my tail.
Ready to go.
That's all. It's in the way.
But next up, as they walk along, you see a rather a slightly more, or shall we say, rotund creature in the form of a large cat-like being. Steps to you. What do we see, Ghost of Sunny?
So we see this fellow. We see a cat, slightly afraid-looking cat, bigger than Jomp, but maybe like his little waistcoat's a little bit too small. His t-shirt's kind of like you can just sort of see his belly. and he looks like he looks like he could have possibly once been a bit more slender, but has let himself go a little bit. been living the good life. And when he sees the captain, he'll kind of go, "Oh, hi, I'm Buff."
Hello, Basque. You're a it kind of looks at you, but cat person.
I'm one of the Long Striders, the clan. They're bounty hunters. My family.
And roll a little history check for thingy. Yes, and he will acknowledge that. Oh, interesting. Okay. Not the look that I imagined of the. Was it Sharp Strider? Did you say sorry?
Long Striders.
Long Striders. Sorry, there we go. Not the look that I imagined from the Long Striders, but interesting. Okay, and where is it you hail from? Your clan, I suppose.
Well, we travelled a lot where the work was. I was the oldest, but so I think in between me and my brothers and sisters being born, I don't think my family I don't think they could quite remember exactly where, but it was not too far. But this has been my home for the last year.
Very, very interesting. Okay, so not so much on the bounty hunting life these days.
Well, no, but I am a very fine fisherman, and that is what I have been doing while I and then he'll sort of pull himself together, almost like, I don't know if you've ever been in a job interview that's gone south, but that's kind of the vibe that he's starting to. And he's been like, well, but actually it is a rite of passage for my clan that when they are old enough, we establish ourselves as strong, and then when we are ready, we find a worthy crew to that we can help.
I like the reverse psychology. Is like, I've chosen you to join rather than that's how you turn an interview around. Is that true, or is Basque like winging it?
Absolutely not true.
Okay.
No.
Do you want to roll a deception check?
Is that charisma?
It is.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh no.
A little O of disappointment. Oh.
I can't see the sheet and also the thing. Did it go super well? Did it roll?
Don't think it's rolled. Has it rolled? Sorry, I didn't hear it.
Yep,
Oh,
17.
17, cool, yeah.
Oh,
No,
8 and that's 17, so.
Oh, right.
I clicked it twice.
We'll take the 17, it's fine. And again, like, don't know much about your people, but that's a worthy cause. And fishing, is that what you would bring to my crew, being a part of my special crew?
Well, I am also trained with let me check my character sheet. The longbow and the staff and the sword, and for many, many years. And I also have these claws. And then he'll kind of go, meh, and then put them away again.
Is it like
and then kind of put them back behind his like that.
Is it like a scary move, or is it just like
It's
surprisingly fast or something?
No, it's more like you do if you were like, I don't know if anyone's got a cat, but like if a cat was cleaning its paw, it just kind of like, oh look, and then sort of just get back to standing normally. It's not like a Wolverine type maneuver. Yeah, no.
Oh, interesting. Okay, a warrior and a fisherman, and your demonstration.
Demonstration.
Yes. Dodgers are expected to give a demonstration whenever they present themselves to the captain, such as this?
It's not so much a demonstration because, well, I'm a Longstrider, and we do not debase ourselves with cheap shows of showing off. But I am partly a cat, and we do say that we have 9 lives. So actually, if you let me come on your ship, good captain, then actually you're getting 9 crew people for the price of 1. So so bargain.
I must say I've never thought about it like that. That's quite interesting. Very well. Okay. Well, thank you, Basque or Basque Longstrider. Kind of like give a little bit of a nod to the as he says the name of the somewhat famed bounty hunters, and move along the line. And next up in the line is a human who is next to the large cat person. Are they taller, RevTed, or are they shorter? What do we see?
5'5", canonically.
I don't know how tall Basque is. Everyone make sure you're staying hydrated, by the way. He's boiling. And chat as well.
I'll put you on the spot now. Could say equal.
But yes, what do we see in Rusty?
You see a slightly youngish chap with a mop of dark, sort of shaggy, brownish hair, rosy cheeks, bit of a beard like mine, I suppose. He's a ruddy-looking chap. He's obviously worked outside, but he seems to be brimming with confidence and sort of a bit edgy, sort of bouncing on his toes a little bit. Just a simple garb, nothing exciting, nothing rich. Sort of a dark navy blue cloak.
Is he an autobiographical character?
Yeah. How did you know? Yes, he's quite obviously eager and keen.
That's cool. That's very cool. And the captain will step forth and go, hello, young man. What would your name be?
All right, geezer, my name is Rusty. It's good to see you. Glad to see you. You're a nice-looking little ponce there, aren't you, mate? Well, my name's Rusty, and did you want the backstory, or the abridged version, or how are you doing this, my mucker?
Hello, Rusty. Yes. Maybe the abridged version. Tell us. Yes, I feel like you're going to tell us anyway. Do tell us.
You'd be mighty right with that. I'm definitely going to tell you. Well, anyway, I grew up in this town called Saddlescombe, and there was this proper fit bird. But what happened was there was a bit of an altercation, and I had to leave a bit quickly. And God blimey, did I end up here in this lovely place called Scrumberry. A lovely place. I lived here years with my uncle. He's a barnacle. He's a barnacle boat chipper thing. There's probably a technical name for it, but I didn't bother to stick around and learn, to be honest. But anyway, I've been here for a few years, and I found this temple down the road. This proper geezer was telling me about it while I was chipping off crap off a boat, really. And so I can pick barnacles off a boat, and I can do it with my eyes closed, underwater, while moving at approximately 20 knots. That's no word of a lie, I promise you. I can speak a couple of languages as well. Celestial, demonic, Irish. Anything you could think of, really. But you want me on your crew. Look at you, fine upstanding bloke like you.
Well, you've certainly made an impression.
I have noticed that I start to talk a lot as well. I get a bit nervous and I just keep rambling on. But I tell you what, you give me a bell. If ever you need me to shut up, you just go, "Whoa, Rusty, stop."
Well, Rusty, stop. You you mentioned celestial and infernal. That's unusual languages for a barnacle scraper.
Oh, well, as I said, I found this geezer down the road and he told me about this temple, see, and I popped round there because I was looking 12-inch something, but actually they got quite a few books in there, and I was looking at the pictures, but then the monks that were in there said, You keep putting them back in the wrong place. So they taught me to read, and then I realised that books can teach you things.
That's a very, very interesting story. Yes, and you seem to have learned something, and reading is important, I suppose. And you've explained your skills. You'd be able to help us in terms of keeping barnacles off the Star Strider.
Oh yeah, I mean that's not my main selling point, obviously, but you know we've got to have our backups here now and then.
And what would your main selling point then be, dear Rusty?
He just steps back and it's just like, I'm Rusty to men. Oh, that's du man, not de man. And I'm just a generally stand-up bloke, you know. I can talk to people, got the gift of the gab, a little bit woo, a little bit way, you know. Around, you know.
Well, I've never met a barnacle beater quite like yourself. It's good to meet you. And he'll continue to walk down the line and start interviewing a couple of the others. How do you guys feel? You've passed yourselves off. You can guys chat to each other. You're next to each other in the line. You kind of guys know each other a little bit. Interactions in the town.
Oh wow, I think I did fantastic.
I think you did too, you know.
I was
Can I
right,
take the
good.
second one now? 'Cause, I'm fed up with trying to impress that bloke.
So, we'll go back to the good captain. He's over here.
Wait, I've been promoted.
There he is. And he will, after finishing the questioning, there's maybe 12, 15 people altogether auditioning for these 3 spaces. He will walk back to the front, and the crowd are all watching, and obviously that you in the lineup are all keeping an eye on him. And he waits until all eyes are on him. Well, it's been an honor meeting every one of you, but only 3 of you will be able to make it through to the prestigious position as a member of the Star Strider, a special and unique ship, unique role aboard it. And in order to help whittle down, shall we say, the truest and most special amongst you, we will begin with a game. The main event, we should call it, of the Dodger trial. And he kind of like indicates to the ship. And if any of you guys have watched the likes of, I don't know, Takeshi's Castle.
Yeah.
Ninja Warrior.
Ninja Warrior, yeah. You know what you're going to be in for. Dodging. Being a dodger on board a ship such as this is all about maintaining efficiency, doing what you can do whilst dodging in and out of the crew members doing their jobs, in and out of cargo being moved, and still getting your job, whatever you've been assigned, done completely. And this trial is designed to help facilitate that exact process. So try and work out who it is who can deliver under those conditions. And he will kind of walk to the gangplank of the ship. And there will be a race around the Star Strider. Starting here on the deck, you will go up the port side, up to the top deck, down the starboard side, down the main cargo hatch to the lower decks. From there, you'll go around and back up again, before back to the shore via the bowsprit. I'm sure you all know what all of that means. Yes.
You lost me when you said the word after race.
Well, I will have.
No. Jomp's just messing with you. We've got this, Jomp. We can do it. Come on, follow me, and you would sort of give Jomp a wink and a sort of stick with me.
And what I'll do
I'll wink back.
I'll bring you guys to the. We've got a map to help you guys appreciate what's going on. I think it should be on this one.
So you guys are moving towards like Basque is going to sort of, at the word race, his little whiskers just sort of went, and he's just going to shuffle behind you.
Oh,
Go on, sorry, Jump.
this will be fun. It will. I'm sure of it. We just got to run around ship, right? This big boat.
Yes. Along the way, there will be obstacles. Mr. Igni here, and he kind of points towards a figure shuffling down the gangplank. Is a elf in kind of simple robe, runs down to his knees, long sleeves hanging below his wrist. Kind of shuffles down behind him on the gangplank. Mr. Igni here will help demonstrate, and he will be simulating the challenging conditions. But it's nothing you wouldn't face in everyday job situations as a dodger, so I'm sure you'll be fine. And with that, the elf, Mr. Igni, begins to very kind of waving his wand back and forth, a bit like a conductor, without any enthusiasm whatsoever. And you see the Star Sailor begin to rock in the water back and forth. And you hear a shout from the crowd as they get splashed from the sudden waves. And the wizard just looks entirely. If anything, he looks bored. He's yeah. As the ship continues to rock. I will show you the players, the route. If you guys are on this this screen, can you see a picture of the boat?
Yarp.
Let me just move my character sheet away.
So you start off here. Go up to the top deck, and then you go down the other side, and then into the cargo hold. Does that little route make sense?
Okay.
Yes.
And then next you go through the... If I can do it. There's another thing that I can't see. Technical difficulties. Let's scroll down and show you. You can show the webcam what you guys can see as well. So this is the map you guys can see. So that's the route. So you're going up to the top deck, along, down to the main deck, into the cargo hold, through the cargo room, back around, back up to the main deck, and then back up and along the... I looked at the word for this. I think I called it a something split.
What?
It is called a bowsprit. There we go. Along the bowsprit. So that's the route you guys will be doing, with lots of obstacles along the way.
Ooh.
We will get started in a moment too. Is everybody ready? And you guys got time to get yourselves ready if anything you need to want to do, as he kind of issues all of you together towards the end of the pier.
I'll roll my sleeves up.
Are we playing this fair, or are we, helping people along to fail?
I suppose you have to do what you have to do. I mean, in the heat of a choppy wave, you can't play fair if it's the boat on the line.
Through that, that bloke there's got a sword, running with swords, you can't do that. That's ridiculous.
And so, if you are ready, the captain once again will move around to the front. And if you dodgers, if you are all ready, crowd, you can all see, and kind of like the every now and then the ship will arch enough that you can see. The people can see on board. The crowd give a cheer. So, dodgers, when you're ready, on your marks, get set, Mr. Igni, and he'll stop waving and fire a shot of fire up into the air, and you guys are off. Starting off with an initiative roll.
Initiative. Oh, my character is not clickable.
Oh
Where's
no,
the initiative.
They won't be clickable on this, I don't think.
Okay, fair enough.
Right, my bad.
16.
Nice.
15.
You got 16 from RevTed. 15 from Jomp. How did you do, Basque?
Let me just have a look.
10.
10.
Thank you.
Cool.
I can't have my character sheet up at the moment and the thingy at the same time.
Oh, we need to get some multiple screens on the go.
I need more than the one.
Yeah. So the bunch are off. Everybody is racing, and the first obstacle is, of course, the gangplank onto the boat. There are dozen or more people barging onto this tiny gangplank. RevTed and Jomp, you guys are near the front of the pack, so you guys aren't too bad. You guys can make it onto the boat. Basque, however, a little bit slow off the draw. You're finding yourself getting there's a squash getting onto this gangplank. How are you going to try and deal with it?
The squash. How many people are there in front of me, and how many people are there behind me?
Probably screen addiction's real. It is. Probably going to be about 3 people behind you, and everyone else is in front of you.
Oh no. Are there any seagulls around?
There will be seagulls flying around. Not the question I was expecting.
I was just like, oh my gosh, like what are my options? And I don't feel like it's the time to resort to weaponry. Like,
it's always the time to resort to weaponry.
Is it?
Shoving's a thing. As you can probably see on the gangplank, people are shoving each other already.
Can I just like... Oh, yeah, I might just try and shove them. With the seagulls, I was thinking like, can I try and animal handle the seagulls in some way? Oh, I know. I've got
You'd have to
food.
get one first, which would be quite...
No. Listen. Listen. Why you gotta be stifling my genius? So this is my plan. So like, when Basque is fishing, he has bait on him, including in his pocket, and crumbs, and he has snacks with him.
Okay.
So he will try and throw bait in front of him onto the gangplank, so that the people get mobbed by seagulls, and that in the confusion he can barrel through.
That's very, very nice. Do you want to do an animal handling check with advantage to see if you can get all these seagulls to go exactly where you want them to go?
Oh, wow.
What have we got?
22.
22.
Yes.
Very nice. So tell us, what does that look like as you you chuck this at them?
Well, he's kind of like, oh, and just sort of chucks it and hopes for the best. And then because there's a lot of there's still a lot of seagulls, they're all kind of like mobbing the gangplank with all of the people on it, and it might get some of the people onto the deck as well, because it was quite a desperate throw, so very much a spread. And then he'd sort of like tuck his hands up and his elbows out, and he's and then just sort of like as quickly as possible charge through.
And you hear at least 3 splashes as you make your way through on this gangplank. I don't think Basque is a small boy, and yeah, these guys suddenly harried by birds out of nowhere. Like they're ready for this race, and suddenly they're getting pecked at. 2 of them at least fall in. One of them's kind of hanging from the edge of the gangplank, whilst you manage to make it through.
And you're kind of going, sorry, excuse me, thank you, sorry.
Meanwhile, at the front of the pack, before you are 2 sets of stairs going up to one deck and then to another deck. It's a similar situation. Most people are scrambling together with these, jamming together on these stairways. Who rolls high? I think Rusty. How are you dealing with the cramp? Are you going to try and race to get in front of them? Are you going to barrage your way through a la Basque, or
I'm just going to forgo the stairs and try and leap up onto the railing.
Oh, nice! That's very
Ooh.
cool.
Do you remember like Tomb Raider, where she used to jump up and then do like an over the head kind of?
Yeah,
completely showboating, didn't achieve anything.
Oh, I'm well up for that. Yeah, give us an acrobatics check. That sounds very exciting.
Acrobatics. Is that 19?
Oh, very nice. Yeah, tell us how that looks. That's awesome.
So yeah, he just sort of slows down and looks around and is like, yeah, takes a step back and then just jumps up, just like grabs onto this thing, pulls himself up, and is just like pushing down with his whole body like above him. Just sort of hangs there for a second, and then rolls forward.
And yeah, I would say that with that little maneuver, Rusty is now one of the top 3 at the front. Jump, you have seen Rusty do this handstand while Basque comes barreling behind you. What are you up to in the middle of the pack?
That's impressive. You know, everything's an obstacle when you're 2.5 feet tall. I'm going to forgo the stairs and I'm going to clamber up the person in front of me. And then I'm going to leap off. And I'm basically going to use people as stepping stones until I can get in front of them. This is my plan.
I'd say getting onto somebody is going to be an acrobatics check. Getting onto somebody and doing the jumping, it might be 2 acrobatics checks or one very good one.
Do you think we can swizzle it into athletics somehow?
I will let you have the jumping as athletics and
the initial jump. Or...
Yeah, and then the head jumping has got to be acrobatics.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
Cool.
Let me see if I can do this. I got a 10 on the athletics.
Ooh, it's a difficult clamber. As soon as you got this plan to maybe jump on, and they're immediately like, no, get out.
As soon as I get into a little bit of exposed skin, I'm going to accidentally on purpose jab my talons in a little bit harder than normal, so they flinch down, which will let me get that final movement onto their head. Sorry, didn't mean it.
And it might be with a 10 getting up that it's going to be disadvantaged with the acrobatics check to do the run. Or you can keep Yoda and it. It's up to you for now.
I think I'm going to take it, and then I'm going to stand up straight, and I'm going to let this guy kind of run a little bit forward and let him do some of the work for me for a little bit, rather than take this hasty acrobatics. Maybe I just need to take stock of where I am first. So my claws are going to grip into his scalp.
It's like
and my tail
Ratatouille.
is slightly wrapping around his neck. And we got this, you can do it. Down to him.
Who are you?
I'm Jomp. Nice to meet you.
As he races up the stairs, you stay solidly in the middle of the pack. Like there's no falling behind, because you've chosen a good runner. You did well.
You picked the right horse.
Excellent.
Over the crowd, Basque, you can see both one of your friends running along the railing and another one running along a person. What are you doing to get up to the top of the boat?
Oh god. I think he's gonna have to muscle it, I think, because he's probably not gonna catch up, but I think he's also... What's the front of the boat looking like? Is that very busy? The exit route?
Everyone's still heading towards the castle at the moment. Sorry, my cat is headbutting my microphone. There we go.
Because we run through, run round and run out, don't we?
Everyone's still heading towards the castle, I think it's called, the top deck. The one on the furthest left.
But if I was to have a hunting trap that I was maybe to chuck, because they overlap.
Yeah.
So if I was to set a booby trap, then that would
work,
slow, and then we could catch up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to really hope that Rusty sees it.
So what do you do with this trap? Are you chucking it, sliding it across? Like, what's going on?
Well, there's so we're coming onto so before I turn to try and push my way up to the castle, because I'm just gonna have to try and muscle it. I'm gonna try and lob the hunting trap to the stairs, the top of the stairs. You know, before everyone runs towards the spirit post.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, you chuck that across. And do you want to? Are you trying to push forward? Or are you kind of keep pace with everyone? Or are you trying to advance a bit further?
I don't think he's going to be. I feel like trying is a very strong word. I think it's going to be more like he's going to be like this, and then he's just going to be going as quick as he can.
Okay.
Like head down, just trying to push through the pack and not get hurt or.
Well, I reckon that's probably keeping pace. That's like it's not charging or anything. Do you want to do a check to try and see how spot on you can throw that trap? You can do either maybe dexterity or sleight of hand to see if you can like get it exactly where you want it to go, or if there's anything else you can. I think survival's a trap skill, which I'll let you get away with for throwing a trap in a race.
I do have, so my dex is 16. So I would like to throw that. Can I? Do you double click to roll and roll 20? Just on the main.
I think it's just a single click.
Yeah, just a single click.
Is that the right thing?
It's different for GM, so I've not played for a while. Has it gone through?
Can anyone see?
No, there's nothing come up.
Nothing's come through yet.
Oh no, it's. Oh no, there we go. I clicked the number rather than the roll.
What do we get?
15.
15, yeah, and you managed to get it. Pretty much spot on track. It's not like obscured beneath anything, so it's not like hidden away, but it is right on track where you want it to be. And as you barrel forward, continuing, you can see Jomp riding ahead and Rusty doing his like Legolas style elven ring. The aft. That's the back, right? The aft of the boat.
Yeah.
Goes
the
down.
Butt of the boat.
The butt of the boat goes down with the waves. The butt especially drops, and you see coming up over behind the castle, the top deck of the ship, is a huge wave that's going to come crashing down on the castle whilst you guys are all running around this back post and back way down. I think we had Rusty. You're still right at the front. You're one of the top three. This wave's coming down, but you're almost on the way out again, so it's up to you what you want to do.
Do I see what Basque did with the trap?
Do you want to do a perception check? Basque's a fair bit behind you, to be fair.
Is it in front of me? Is it going in front of me, or is it?
I think they've thrown it parallel to them, so it's kind of like to the other side.
8.
8? No, you did not. You did not see the trap.
Bloody hell, this what's going on here. It sounds like someone just threw a bear trap. Such a thing on a boat like that. Do I see? Sorry, no, that's fine. I will stop on the stairway.
Ooh.
Turn around. Well, ladies, gentlemen, it's quite clear I'm going to win this race. You might as well give up now, really, and and I'm just basically going to try and block the way for as many people as I can.
As this huge wave comes down on top of them all.
Careful now, there might be bear traps.
Do you want to do? I'll call it a strength saving throw, maybe to brace to stop people from getting past you.
17 with a -1.
-1. Good lord.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, and like maybe 1 or 2 like managed to duck under, but the majority of the group is now stuck on this high deck, being stopped, and you hear the crowd being like, "Oh, boo!" And others are cheering at the same time. Jomp riding your what's your man called?
Martin.
Martin.
Yeah.
You say Martin and Mutton.
Man mount.
As you're riding Martin Manmount, you see him get clogged in this sudden queue that come out of nowhere, What's the plan?
I said what?
The queue, as it's clogged. Everyone's clogged on the stairs, waiting to go down.
In front of us.
Yes.
This is my own queue to descend the queue. I am going to walk from head to head, daintily with refinement, because I'm a lady.
And yeah, you can do a. I'm going to call it an athletics check. It's an easy crowd now, so it's not too bad to
Because
do.
it's quite clumped together.
Yeah, it's not you're not bouncing from moving targets.
Oh my gosh! I am going to.
What'd you get?
I got a 7, but I am favoured by the gods.
Ooh.
I can re-roll. Oh no, I can't. It's saving throw or attack roll. I can do nothing. I carry on, desperately trying to.
You get.
You're just standing there waiting for the favour of the gods.
Yeah.
Feeling the presence of your god, emotionally, if not magically, you manage to get a few heads up front. So you are
It's
maybe
a test.
you're not too far from. You can see Rusty up ahead now, but you can hear behind you this huge wave about to crash down. Basque.
Can I see Basque?
You are probably not too far away from where Jomp started running, and yeah, you are primed to be in the middle of this wave. What's the plan?
The wave. Am I near the Am I up onto the castle of the boat?
Yeah, now everyone is on the castle of the boat because Rusty stopped everyone but 2 people from from going any further. Rusty's essentially attempting to assassinate the entire group with a wave.
You've got the lemon where he's just like, stop! Everyone's going back again.
Oh no.
So what he's probably going to do, I'm assuming he's seen the wave. I'm assuming everyone's seen the wave. He's going to aim for rather than trying to push forward, he's going to aim for the corner underneath the back of the boat. So basically, he's going to the waves come in, he's going to try and swoop into the little corner as small as possible in the hope that the edge of the boat will break the wave over him, and then he can carry on when everyone's been knocked off.
Nice, okie dokie. I think what that'll be a check once the wave hits to see how you do and how you manage to much get ground you get to gain. As Rusty, you hold back. You can feel if you got hold of each side of the stairway wooden balustard, it's starting to slip. There's a lot of people pushing past you, and Rusty, as strong as he is, I don't think he's enough to hold back. He's not the strength of 12 men, kind of. But he did a very good job of stopping it. But it's not the pressure of the people that pushes you off. It is the impact of this wave as it crashes down onto the back of the boat. And like a domino effect, you see everyone from the back start to get knocked down one after another as the wave moves towards you. Basque, do you want to do... how are you going to try and hold yourself in position? I guess it could be a strength saving throw, or what are you doing in the corner?
Crouching and trying to hold...
You can try and do
a
stealth check if you want to, or to get tucked far enough away, or you can do a strength check to see if you can brace yourself.
Yeah, if I can make a strength check to try and brace myself, and then basically he's planning to brace and then jump and run as quickly as possible.
Cool.
Is his plan.
Go for the brace first and we'll see how we go.
Yeah, so strength, is that?
Yeah,
did
go
you
for
say?
strength. You can do a saving throw if you've got it. You've got the
saving throw. I will take it. Oh no. Can you take the first one, please?
What did you get on your first one?
I got 12.
12. Yeah, you managed to stay in enough position to keep as the wave goes whooshing over you, and you see everyone getting knocked down like skittles in front of you. You've not gotten any momentum from it. You've not got a boost from it, so you've got your normal. So you can do athletics if you want to try and run, get a good start, or you can just roll. Probably be athletics, I guess, if you're just going to sprint it.
Go for that.
What'd you get?
Oh, let me see. Exciting. 12.
12 again. So yeah, you managed to get up and and follow this wave. It's not an immediate like follow on like instantly afterwards, but you manage to get a good few places. Like you're way closer to the front than you were before now, as you pass 4 or 5 people. Jump. Before Basque even gets a chance to run, the wave is knocking down the people behind you. What are you up to?
Oh boy, how far away is the wave, and how far am I from the person in front?
Rusty's probably about 3 people ahead of you. The wave is knocking down the people behind, which is probably about 3 people behind you.
I am going to do something remarkably silly. I got my spear. It's tall for me. It's like 4 feet tall. I am going to use it as a pole vault. I'm going to wedge it in this poor guy's collar.
Oh my god.
I'm going to launch
In his
myself.
collar. In his collar.
Not point down. Not
Yeah.
point down.
Through his spine.
Just impale him to the deck.
Jump the impaler.
Sorry.
And so we all remember the slaughter of the Star Strider. Drowned and stabbed.
I'm going to lob myself forward with an almighty heave and hope that I can clutch onto something in front of me. Jump is very simple.
Cool. Let's go for an athletics check then to see if you can make that leap.
Come on. 17.
17, very nice, yeah. And you managed to jump onto the head right in front of Rusty. And you are pretty much level with Rusty. As, again, still, even before Basque has managed to get up, Rusty, you see the rows behind you moving closer and closer, like, doof, 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 knocking towards you as this wave comes. What are you planning to do?
Do I see Jomp doing this?
Yeah, you can see Jomp's like almost cleared up to you now. The wave's going to impact any second.
Where are we? Are we on the stairs? Are we on?
Yeah, you're still holding the stairs. they've got you on one side and they've got the wave behind them knocking them down row after row.
As Jomp's momentum sort of comes to an end, can I sort of grab the was it a spear?
Yes.
And sort of bring it round like under the feet of all the people under behind Jomp.
Nice.
You go for it. Yeah, that's going to be I don't know, an attack roll, I guess. You're a monk, right? You can do an unarmed attack with anything basically, especially with a spear. Yeah. So yeah, call it a regular attack roll and see what you get.
You need like an attack roll plus showmanship.
Yeah.
Should be a thing.
Yeah.
With flair.
So is it just an unarmed attack?
Yeah, call it that.
13.
13. You swing it round and you manage to get at least a couple of them down. And they actually sound like skittles as bowling ball hitting the skittles as you knock into them. And yeah, Jump. Everyone that you've stood on so far is on the floor now. And as these last few at the front, get knocked down by Rusty's spear, you see in the gap that's been created, Basque running through. And the 3 of you are now third, 4th, and 5th. As 2 had gotten by, and they've got a little bit of a head start now as the wave dissipates. Everyone scrambling to get up. It's time to sprint to the next section, which is the jump down into the cargo hole. I don't think there's a name for the hole into a cargo bit, which I was quite surprised at. It feels like everything on a boat should have a name, and apparently it's just hole. Cargo hole. There's no word for that bit that goes into the cargo.
Well, it doesn't exist. It's a hole.
What do we call it?
The absence of deck.
I would say, amazingly, with the momentum, Basque, you're probably up first.
What?
You've got 2 flights of stairs and then a jump down into the cargo hold. How are you going about it?
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna drop another hunting trap behind me as well. Because why not?
Has anyone found the first one yet?
Well, Rusty held everyone from going that direction. You know what? I didn't actually check for the 2 that made it past, though. Let me do a quick roll.
But if we're all together, I'm saying, watch out for the bear trap. It's over there. Jump.
Oh, we've lost everybody on my screen. And we're back. There we go. Are we back? Kind of.
I'm back.
No, it's the windows have gone for some reason. Let me quickly switch it back to this one. Where have they gone?
Oh no.
Oh, still here, honest.
Yeah, no, everyone's still here. Everybody, they just disappeared. You
We're in
need
the
to.
You know when you're under a
Hold.
huge amount of pressure and your mind goes blank, like that's what's happened to Basque and Jump. So we've just like
I think there's a drow somewhere called
there we
the Sphere of Darkness.
That's what it is.
Someone's cheating on this race.
There we go. Everyone's back. Welcome back, everybody.
Oh, no.
So you're dropping another hunting trap, and you're warning your friends about it, which is good.
Yeah.
And the one who has one of the people who was in front, you can see now as you're making your way down near the hole that doesn't have a name, is on the floor with their leg. Is it what kind of trap is it you've got? Is it like a metal clang trap?
it just says a
Official
hunting
name.
trap. I'm gonna say that it's like a well, as Basque. It was a spiky trap, but I didn't like that, so I took the spikes out. So it's still trappy, but it's not. It's not gonna.
It's a gummy trap.
It's a gummy trap.
Light maiming.
Yeah. And yeah, you see the white dragonborn that was before Jump, with their leg in this thing, being like holding onto their leg and trying to prise it open.
Oh,
And angrily kind of looking at you as you go jogging past. Are you going straight down the hole? Into the hold? The hole to the hold.
Yeah.
It's a bit of
Right in.
a jump down. Do you want to do an acrobatics check to try the landing?
I am hoping that I will land on my feet. Do you say acrobatics?
Yes.
oh, 15.
15. Nice. Yeah, you managed to stick the landing. And as you land in and get inside there, you can see that the rocking of the boat has now moved left to right. Port to starboard. There we go. They're real words. And all of the cargo crates in the cargo hold are sliding across the room, one side to the left, one side to the right, as the boat rocks. And you can see a human a bit further up ahead who is kind of holding a crate from squishing into the side of the boat, waiting for the boat to rock the other way. Jump. You've got the 2 flights of stairs and the hold go down, and one trap that you've been warned about.
Fantastic. Is Rusty now behind me?
Yes.
Okay. I am
Rusty's
going
been
to...
the wall that everyone has climbed over to get.
I am going to scamper over to the edge of the cargo bay. How deep is it?
It's probably going to be about 10-foot drop, I reckon.
Oh. I'm going to... I'm not very graceful. I'm going to
stood at the
launch
bottom,
myself
though.
off. Oh. I'm going to aim for the soft. I'm going to aim for the soft boy.
Do you want to give us?
Can you catch me?
You can do if Basque is willing to try and catch you. You can do an acrobatics trap to drop down with advantage. But if it fails, you're both going to get knocked down.
It's okay.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you.
Come on.
Acrobatics. Oh, 18.
nice. Yeah, you little jump managed to. What does that look like?
I'm literally going. Like, do you know the flying squirrels? Tails flat out behind her. Mouth wide open, tongue backwards.
I just imagine Basque looking like Totoro and
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Excellent stuff.
Thank you. That was really comfy.
Okay.
Rusty, you have held back, and you can see a lot of angry people starting to get back to their feet. Very wet, very fallen people. Your friends, you have secured it. They have managed to definitely get further ahead. What are you up to? You've got a couple of flights of stairs, the trap you don't have to worry about. One person who's peeling their way out of a trap, and then they jump down to the hole.
Where am I? Am I in the hold, or am I still got to go into the hold?
You're top of the stairs still, yeah. One of them, as you cleared the space, Basque went barreling past you and jumped past it over your head. Your efforts to stop them has put you third of the three, but still, you guys are pretty far ahead of the pack.
Okay. Is there any ship paraphernalia near me?
There's all kinds. It's a fully stocked boat.
Is there perhaps a net?
There probably will be some rigging, yeah, some or some cargo in a net, kind of hanging.
Could I attempt to, as I'm running down the stairs, pull the net over the hole as I jump down?
It's a pretty big hole to cover with a thingy net.
Down your net.
How big is the hole?
The hole's probably 10 foot by 10 foot.
That's a big hole.
There is, you notice though, a cargo net above, being on a crane type thing above the hole, suspended. If you're able to somehow do something with that, you can.
I've still got the spear, haven't I?
You do?
I didn't technically let go of it. Would I be able to reach it with an extended swing, or would it have to be a?
It would have to be a chuck. A bit of a way.
Yeah. We go with a throw.
Cool. Give us a thrown check. If you've got anything that you've got that can throw, if not, just do an unarmed. I think it's about the same for a monk.
No, I haven't got anything. It's my fists.
it's all Rusty needs.
So just another unarmed attack.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. I can't see the roll. 10.
10. Oof. You manage to hit the pulley thing system, and the net begins to fall, along with the cargo that's inside it. Basque and Jomp, can you give me dexterity saving throws?
Oh no.
And Rusty as well, sorry, I should say, as you are jumping down at the same time.
Oh, sorry. Let me take off advantage. 20.
Nice.
Basque, 24.
Wow.
He just doesn't even notice. He's just looking forwards at all the stuff flying back and forth,
This thing's slamming either side of him.
24.
Oh, good lord, you guys. As cargo
we are dodgers.
living up to the name already, very impressive. As cargo smashes either side of you, explodes into splinters, you guys kind of a very low budget version of walking away from an explosion, but walking away from blowing up crates.
Oh yes.
As above you, behind you, the net gently wafts and lands, covering the hole to the hold. You have in front of you only a little further to go. There's got to get through the cargo hold, back up to the deck, and then off to the shore. So the cargo hold is sliding hard left to right. Basque Rusty, with the momentum of your landing. You can go up first. How are you getting through this sliding cargo room of doom?
I'm just going to take the simplest route and just start hopping between the crates on top of them. So.
You're gonna try and time your way through, kind of thing.
Yeah, just
cool.
Like a typical jump puzzle.
He's doing the platformer route. Excellent. Are you going to be doing that with speed or with calculation? Are you working out the timings, or are you just trying to speed through?
See, I'd say if I'm carrying my momentum, I wouldn't have the time to calculate that.
Cool.
So I'd just be doing it
chancing it. Get the momentum. Cool. Well, if you're using the momentum, you can do an acrobatics check with advantage to try and time it. Or straight dex. I don't think it'll be better, but if it is better, you can go for that.
What was it?
Usually better. Acrobatics or athletics. Probably either or, actually, because straight running is probably more
With
athletics.
advantage?
Yes.
5 and 3.
Oh no! So you got the full momentum going. You managed to clear through as they're sliding forward left and right, and then you can see the door just in front of you, outside of the cargo area. But you don't see to your right is a huge crate that comes and slams into the side of you. And you find yourself pinned against the wall next to another human who's struggling to push back the crate next to them. They kind of look at you like, oh god, pushing even harder.
What are the chances? The crate, two of us stuck here.
And when you start chatting through, he looks like, oh god, no, please.
It's now time to tell you about my Lord and Saviour.
Excellent stuff. Jump. As you have jumped down of the way of these explosive crates.
Yeah.
You've seen Rusty chancing it, legging it through, and catching a crate, unfortunately. What are you up to?
Oh boy. Jump takes a brief moment to try to figure out the timings. And she's quite wise in the fact she realises it's never going to work. She's struggling to count up past 6. So I'm going to go and help Rusty. I'm literally going to shoulder barge the crate in the hope that I can catch a corner and kind of move it enough so that he comes out rather than the gentleman behind him to his side.
Cool. I'd say with the moment, with the timing that you're looking at, like, you know you can't do all of it, but you've managed to get as far as Rusty. And you can do an athletics check to try and bash it, or you can do an attack roll if you're going to try and attack it. It's up to you.
I could do an attack roll, but someone has my spear. No, I'm going to do athletics. That's cool. I'm going to literally use a shoulder.
Nice. Proper shoulder
Oops!
check.
Oops! I rolled a 1, which means I got a 4. This is my second one of the night.
It really is as well, yeah, it's true.
I'm taking them for the team.
You managed to perfectly time and angle the smashing into the crate. However, the amount of force to move the crate and the strength of the wall of the crate isn't the same as you maybe blink into darkness and realise that you have charged into the crate and are now adding to the weight pressure pushing down on Rusty.
Oh, sorry. Slight miscalculation. Oh.
You're like inside the box.
Bloody heck, it's dark in here.
Basque, your friends are disappearing left and right into this maze of crates. What are you doing?
I'm gonna charge the box, see if we can get Rusty out.
Go for it.
But he's probably seen, like, having seen Jomp go for it, he's gonna be like, oh, it's like extra strong, so like extra effort. All of his tabaxi strength.
All of the gut moves to the chest, kind of like.
Yeah. Okay. Wish me luck.
19.
19. Yes, you manage to push open the crate off of Rusty. It cracks in two, and Jump, you are able to be freed as the remains of the crate pile onto the crate next to it. And Rusty, you see, as you're freed, the person next to you is getting closer and closer to their face now. By the gods!
Sorry. No feelings.
But with that, the three of you are free to get through the rest of the cargo room, out into the corridor, and then down to the side corridor leading back to the top of the boat. But as you go into the side corridor, you can see that the corridor has been lined with oars that are rowing in the water as if it's moving, giving you a corridor of moving poles up and down. Rusty, as the last one out, you can hear in the background a pair of feet slam onto the deck of the cargo hold, and you can tell that people have removed the nets and they're starting to make their way. I'd say Basque as well. You definitely recognise the sound of a cry and a clang somewhere in the distance as well. Another one of your traps went off. A poor, wet, beaten fool takes another thing to the foot. Rusty, you're up first. How do you want to get through this corridor of roving things? Oars.
So, where are my friends relative to me?
Just behind you. The three of you managed to make it out together from the cargo hold. There's the little trio of you in a row.
You know, it's coming a bit of a theme, but you two go ahead. I'll just block this doorway. Just, we got to help them to not win. You see, that's what we're going to do.
I was gonna cast an illusion in door to make it appear as if door was closed.
Oh,
Camera trap.
We could just
Trap
close
illusion.
the door. I'll tell you what. How about we
Think of
close
that.
the door? We put the trap behind the door, and then we cast an illusion to make it look like there is no trap.
nice.
That's sneaky. That's really clever. Let's do it.
So, no rolls needed for this as you guys set up your elaborate system of traps, closing the door, putting a trap down, and then hiding the trap with an illusion. What's the illusion that you're using, Jomp?
The illusion looks like a rope coil.
Oh, nice. That's very
Oh
nice.
no,
There's-
I'm really sad. I don't have another trap. I only had 2.
I do. You put it down and I'll cast spell.
Nice. Cool.
I only
So-
had the one though.
Using Jomp's spare trap, the three of you are able to set up this blockade for anyone who might make it through. But as you're setting up, you do hear another 2 sets of feet like slamming down into the cargo bay. But the ship's still rocking side to side, so they've got to make it through there still yet before they even get to your to your thing. But it leaves you back with the corridor of the oars moving up and down.
This
I'd say
looks
this one
right pokey.
you can choose who goes first. You guys have given yourself a bit of time by securing yourselves.
Is there a height? What's like the deck height and the oars ratio kind of thing?
It's probably about same. It'll be about 10 foot to the deck to the floor, I guess. Still again, so there'll probably be a good. The oars aren't going to be able to get angle enough to get to the ceiling.
Right. Okay.
They're probably going up and down within about 5 foot, and there's a good 5 foot above that.
It's quick. Has anyone got any rope? Is there any rope round here? Rope. We need rope.
The illusion of a rope was just
I've
there.
No, a real rope.
Oh,
I have rope, but he's like rooting around in his like mini pockets, like fisherman's jacket, and then produces like a length of
oh,
rope.
I've got rope as well. It's holding my trousers up.
You keep that rope.
No, you know. What my plan is, out of character, is for one of us to like travel along, but like loop the oars with the rope and then pull it tight.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Who's the one to do the job though?
Well, I've got reasonable dex, but I think I might struggle with the strength to pull the rope tight. Although I could use my girth.
Girth check.
Have you ever said that in a D&D campaign?
Girth check.
It's fully needed.
Don't mind, but I'm a bit clumsy like. It's a tail, you see. I've only had it a few months.
Well, shall I go for the? I'll go for the wrapping the oars up kind
Cool.
of thing.
So you
No,
jump, Basque.
grab
you guys holding onto the rope on this side.
Yeah.
Rusty, it's not going to be easy to do this. There's about 6-7 oars swinging about. How are you trying to do about it? Are you looking to matrix it? Are you looking to force it?
Can I
Oh, go on.
can I ask? I might have an idea to help. Like, are the oars moving in any particular direction, or is there anything in particular driving them?
They're moving off the waves on either side from the as the boat's rocking. It's making the oars go up and down with it.
Oh, I see. Okay. No, I
Does
don't.
that help?
I thought I had an idea, but I didn't have an idea.
Okay.
I'm going to adopt the strategy of knit one, pearl one, drop one.
I think it's going to be a combination of either athletics and acrobatics, either one you want to do, and a sleight of hand to get that rope around for the knit one, pearl one. So one of each. You can either choose athletics or acrobatics to make your way through, and then a sleight of hand to see if you can get the rope.
18.
19. You
on the
are
athletic.
like a spider monkey dodging through these.
Spider knitter. Spider nan. Sorry.
Nan. Knitted by spider nanas.
And 11 on the sleight of hand.
Nice. It takes a little bit longer to get the rope round than you'd like, and you actually take. Get rid of that. 2 points of bludgeoning damage as one of the oars manages to move free a little bit whilst you're wrapping it and gets a clonk on the side of you. But you manage to get all of them looped, and you manage to dodge the rest with your ninja skills all the way down. And you're at the other end now. The oars are still flailing about, but you've got the rope tied around everyone, and your friends around the other end. What's the plan?
We pull in.
We heave.
Yeah.
Heave ho.
Pull it.
Cool. Everyone, do a strength check.
Right then.
2, 6.
Strength. 12. And a 16.
16.
15,
14.
12, 16, and 14, was it?
Yep.
Nice, yeah. It takes some heaving from all three of you, but you manage to pull all of the oars taut. Were you looking to get them concertinaed in the middle, or all down to one side? Which way were you pulling?
Well, the a-hole in me basically wants to let go of the rope as soon as we're clear, so that they all go clattering back to where they were.
So let's say they concertina in the middle as you both pulling on either side, so all the little loops draw together, and you've got like a mess of awkwardly moving about tied oars that are trying to move free. Jomp and Basque, if you want to, you guys get free to run down past it
Scurry past the oars.
without too much
quick as
ease.
you can.
As you see down the far end of the corridor, as Jomp and Basque, you guys make it to the edge, the far edge of this corridor. At the other end, coming around the corner, is armed to the teeth in kind of weapons and leather tools. A Lysphos, like a lizard folk, who hisses as he sees the three lead positions just ahead of him. What's the plan?
Has he stepped in our trap?
He has not stepped in the trap. You can hear behind the twang of metal and a cry as another person. Yeah.
The spikes
Is he-
have not been removed from my traps.
Oh no!
Sorry.
It's squish. Just as the boat rocks, just a trickle of blood comes down the end of the current.
Oh,
Sorry.
how close the guy coming towards, how close is he to the oars if we were to let them back? Basically what I'm thinking is
Plop
do
in.
it at the exact moment that it's going to whack him in the face.
As you are looking, and he watches down, he looks back at the person who's just been squished by the by the trap, and then just bolts towards you with frightening speed. Are you when are you letting go? Did you say?
As soon as we saw him coming towards us.
As soon as you cool.
Let go.
We're gonna weaponize the oars.
It's just surely fine for someone to make an awesome quip. If they were-
Awesome quip.
What's the one-liner?
You are awful.
Hey.
Hey.
We can't go down this road.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't make that joke. Or would I? Stop.
And we're going to take our break. No. Although we will be taking a break in a minute, but we're right at the end of the race now, as making a sound a bit like a... is it Glockenspiel's a wooden one, not a xylophone? As you hear like ding 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 ding, as one by one the oars flip back into place, knocking this Lisphos on his head. And he takes the first two and keeps on going. The next two, he's just down on the ground, and you can see him looking up as the oars are now flailing wildly. As the three of you,
That was awesome.
hey!
Sorry, give me a moment. But we got there.
The lizard folk just hisses angrily at you. And you've now got a clear run to the bow spirit. Up the steps, back up onto the deck, and it's the full length of the ship, right to the end, and then the long prow of the boat, the kind of the mast that goes at the front of the boat, leads to the shore.
Oh, wow.
It's a round, cylindrical, long thing. You guys have earned yourself some time. You can still see people behind you jumping down into the cargo hold as you guys have come back up the top.
Oh, wow. Loser.
What are you doing? Who's going first as you approach this last jump? It's about a 10-foot drop down from the end of the bowsprit, down to the docks. And you can see the crowd have moved around to the front, and then they're all waiting there, like in a semicircle
there's
around.
a row of expectant faces.
And in the middle of it is the captain watching, and you hear cheering as the three of your heads pop up over the edge of the edge of the deck as you approach the end.
I'm not sure that I don't want to fall in the water. And I'm slow.
What was the gap again?
But it's about 10 foot down. The bow spirit itself is probably about 20 foot long.
Yeah, but there's no gap, so we can just run up it and then jump off.
It's a spherical surface though, so it's not an easy run. That's the
We're
idea.
doing like a tightrope walk.
It's bigger than a tightrope. It's a log essentially, but it's along those lines.
I'm gonna go for it, and I'm gonna try to make it easier, but for my friends by scratching up the wood with my claws as I go to try to let them get a bit more traction. Sorry about your boat. I mean, sorry.
Sorry. You do see, like, maybe if you look down to the captain, like the corner of his eye, like he's seeing the little splinters come out, and just little his expression changes ever so slightly. But it's going to be an acrobatics check to run along this.
Acrobatics, okay.
If you're just going straight up run along.
21.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, you managed to
21.
tell us how you run along and dismount.
Oh, I am scratching it up as I go, and I'm kind of scratching up even more with the scales on the other side of my tail, and I'm just running full pelt. And as I reach the end of the bowsprit, I'm just going to do the flying squirrel thing, and the hope that the captain catches me.
Do you want to make a dexterity saving throw?
Sure. 21.
Nice.
Nice.
You see the captain take a decided step backwards from where the landing would be, but you somehow manage, maybe with a bit of tail wafting, to make it back towards
like a
him.
rudder.
He's like, no.
Yeah. Did we win?
And you see him like trying to put a face on for the crowd as he tries to like get you off him and put you on the floor. Like, yes, very well.
Do you know when the cat's nails are stuck in pits or something. Yeah, they have to be on pits.
Just like,
Oh, yeah.
And the crowd
Sorry.
goes wild.
Sorry.
Basque and Rusty, you've seen Jomp go scraping along, and it's a little bit easier to run along now. Maybe if you've got a little bit more grip at least. Anyway, who's up next?
What way's the boat rocking?
It's
Side to
still
side.
rocking side to side, yeah. So it's not as bad.
Well, my fluffy friend, are you going next? Do you want me to take this?
after you. Mm-hmm.
As you were discussing it, out of the corner of your eye, you see a white dragonborn come up the steps, shortly followed by a very battered-looking human.
Oh, is it Box Boy?
It's Box Boy. He comes sprinting up onto the deck, and they are very close on your heels now.
Is one of them Martin?
Martin. Yeah.
I think Martin was lost in the great wave of
Oh, no.
the great wave of deck 3.
Well, it's probably best if I just do this. I'll just grab Basque and just start running down the log with them,
Oh, nice.
trying to aid them in their not going in the plunk.
So I'm going to do a weird thing, but I think it's beneficial overall. It's going to be an acrobatics check with disadvantage for Rusty, but an acrobatics check with advantage for Basque, and we're going to see how you both do on average. Does that make sense?
That's cool. That's cool. I like it.
Acrobatics disadvantage.
Yeah, and Basque, you've got acrobatics with advantage.
Okay,
I'm scared.
let me go. Let's do it.
Oh,
9 and
16 and a
13.
9 for a 9.
Oh, yes.
9. And Basque?
With advantage, it was a 13.
13. So 9 and a 13. You are running. How are you guiding Basque, Rusty?
A bit like a mother kitten, just.
As you are maybe doing more haste and less speed, and maybe even a little bit of the wood is chipped away, and you as you're running, you feel not the ground, but the wood slip from underneath you, and it looks like one or both of you is going to fall. Rusty, you're the kind of guiding force behind, I guess. How are you going to deal with it?
Are we both travelling along the direction of the log, or are we starting to list to one side?
So you're both traveling along, and then you're both listing towards one side as the footing has been slipped.
Can I say that as I'm being pushed along? Because I'm on instinct, my claws dig in, anchoring it into the woods.
You're gonna try and grab on.
Yeah.
Cool. That's very, very good. So, as you continue to fall forward and slide off, Basque, you manage to grab onto the bowsprit, the wood of the bowsprit with your claws, scrapes down halfway around. You're hanging off the edge. Rusty, you've got a choice. You can fall. You can try and grab onto Basque, or you can try and maintain yourself on the beam.
I think Rusty's gonna guess what Basque is doing, and then just try and take his momentum under it, so he's like holding on legs and arms and underneath those. Try and divert his momentum into a roll rather than if that makes sense.
You want to do an acrobatics check to smash that?
I did it with a disadvantage on. Do you want to roll that again? Or?
Yeah, either go for the high one or just roll again. It's up to you.
I'll roll it again just in fairness. 13.
13. You manage to get the full swing going, and it feels like for a moment you may be able to swing all the way to the shore, on Basque's legs. But the last second, you realise that Basque isn't a swinging rope, and it doesn't seem that you're going to make it. So you manage to grab onto the side of this bowsprit as well. So you're both hanging off the side of it, as you see the first foot arrive on the very start of the bowsprit of a big white dragonborn. You two are hanging off near the end, not quite enough to drop off onto the shore. But what are you going to do?
Who's closer to the shore?
You are having swung.
What do you think, Basque? Out of character.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking that if you try and go first, because you're a bit more acrobatic, I'm also trying to claw my way back up. So if I need to, I can always swipe at the Dragonborn's feet as they're trying to cross the bow.
Choose violence.
May I
started
try
it.
to help?
Yeah. What's Jomp gonna do?
I would like to help by keeping the others off the bowsprit. So what I want to do is I want to conjure the illusion of a 5 foot tall. Normally in the underground, these little insectoids are like 10 centimeters long at most, but I want to conjure the illusion of a giant one 5 feet long, kind of standing up improbably on its like back 4 legs and kind of twitching wildly, or it would if it wasn't just a static image. And I want that to be kind of rearing up as if to attack the people coming up onto the bowsprit.
Do you want to do an intimidation check?
Oh yes. Whoa! Nat 20.
Natural 20.
25.
The whole like bowsprit shakes with the footsteps of this like dragonborn jump stepping on it. As Rusty and Basque, you look up over your hands to see them running down. They almost like double over backwards as out of nowhere this horrific insect has suddenly appeared in their face. So you bought you guys some time. So you can what are you gonna try and do with the moment that Jomp has bought you?
Can I help Basque up back onto the pole or onto the dock?
Yeah, you can definitely help up. Yeah.
Scramble up.
So I'd say that's probably the turn is Rusty. You can quite definitely get yourself back up on the pole and help Basque back up. As the two of you now stood on the pole, not too far from the end, and slowly walking through the image of this insect, you see the lizard folk kind of making their way through, and they look at the end of the bowsprit, and they look at you two, and they begin to run. What are you doing?
Gotta dash. Gotta go for it.
Both dashing for it?
I'm going to slowly back up to the end.
Basque, give us an acrobatics check to jump off the end, if that's what you're doing. Or however you want to get down.
That work?
Yep.
Yeah, jump.
19.
19.
Yep.
When with a graceful thud, Basque, you manage to make it down to the shore, and again the crowd goes absolutely wild. But even despite your amazing victory landing down, as little Basque just here, you see the all of the crowd's attention turns back to the bowsprit as this lizard folk charges towards Rusty, who's backing up slowly towards the end of this kind of precipice. What's the plan, Rusty?
For effect, I'm gonna. Would we get there about the same time, roughly?
If you're
With the
going
gap
slowly enough, yeah,
between
he's charging you. Or do you mean you and Basque? Sorry.
No, me and the lizard person.
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
know the name.
You can time it so that you're both at the end at pretty much the same time.
Yeah, he's just going to nonchalantly just walking backwards slowly up the plank, gets to the end, and just like looking at the draconic, whatever it is, in the eye. He's just going to step back and just like as he drops, he's just going to turn and grab on to the key or whatever it is that's there. And
Nice. Just do like a
Wow.
backwards dive just for flash.
literally just like step off and go down, but maintaining like a perfect sort of thing.
Let's get that
And
acrobatics
then
check.
maybe landing with like a hand in the air, like a.
Oh, nice.
No superhero landing.
Yeah.
we'll see how effective the superhero landing is with an acrobatics check, just in case.
And I also say in Draconic, sucks to be you. 22.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I was genuinely
Love
worried
it.
that was going to be like a 4. Just
Yeah.
splish. And the crowd goes wild as you manage to with full style and flash, make your final landing. A moment or two later, like the crowd is all like closing around and cheering. They're very, very excited to see you guys there. The Lizfos manages to leap down and does like a barrel roll when they land. The Dragonborn, eventually, the large white Dragonborn, she drops down with like no flair, just kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger style landing at the bottom of the boat. And then eventually, almost tumbling over, is this human who doesn't to be dressed as anywhere near as like adventurously as the rest of you. Kind of just about out of breath, makes their way across, battered and bruised by the boxes, and lands. Straightens up their clothes
that's
as they
great.
kind of make their way back. And as the crowd keep cheering as for each person coming, and the captain is standing by, you wait, and no one else comes. It seems that the trials of the Dodger has done everyone in at least enough for them to not bother pushing any further. And the crowd, as the crowd begins to simmer down, the captain notices, we need to turn this back around again, and starts shouting, well, here we have it. We have separated the wheat from the chaff. We have our 6 champions here who have made it through the trial of the Dodgings. Well done, well done. But alas, we only have 6 spaces. Sorry, 3 spaces available. We have 6
Sorry.
champions. So, it's lucky that I've brought a dodging deck. And he holds up to the crowd a deck of cards. And the crowd seem to know what this is and go a bit crazy. And you guys have been in town for a while, and you know about the dodging a little bit. You might know that the dodging deck is a card deck with challenges on. In order to prove oneself to a captain if you need to. And we will get to drawing those cards after a short break. Thank you for sticking with us through the daring dodging do's of Basque, Jomp, and Rusty. You guys were phenomenal through that. Well done.
That
That
was.
was really stressful.
But yeah, we can get a drink, you can never relax, and then we'll get back, and it's time to draw some cards, and we'll see how it all goes from there. So stick with it, be about 5-10 minutes, and we'll catch you a little bit. See you soon.
Fantastic.
No.
Hello, welcome back. We have rehydrated in the blistering heat of the port of the dockside in Scrumberry, and we've got 3 brave adventurers who have made it to the top 50% of the Dodger survivors.
That just doesn't sound quite as good as it.
Top 50%.
the lead 3 of the Dodgers in this current dodging competition. Is this like standard interview you guys have had before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
I live by the sea, so
mild
that's what we
team
do.
building. Oh, you do, don't you? That's good.
Well, normally I get homework before mine, so this is actually worse. Like better.
What, homework on how to assault a ship?
You guys, I mean, it's basically just training on how to assault an enemy ship, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Led by Rusty, the lead combative of the thing.
The unflinchable Rusty. That was cool.
Do the reckless.
Rusty the Reckless. That's pretty good. Well, after holding back a dozen or so fellow adventurers whilst letting their teammates pass, surviving a crashing wave, jumping through, and everyone getting smashed pretty much collectively by barrels in the cargo bay, tying together the oars and making it through the swiveling, rotating corridor of doom, and then one by one, gracefully landing one of you on the captain from the boat to the shore. You have made it, followed shortly by a white dragonborn, a lizard folk, and a human who've all made it down. And the captain has announced the Dodger cards, the next stage to get the final members of his potential crew. The crowd are still cheering and milling around, but they will offer you a short break if you guys need to do anything in between your before starting the next challenges. So the human will begin to kind of like patch himself up a little bit from his bruises. The dragonborn will start like looking at their leg and trying to make sure it's all like put the weight on it and stuff like that still. How you doing?
Was that the one that fell in the trap?
Yeah. No bite marks, thankfully. But a very severely gummed calf, and a battered and bonked lizard folk. How are your bruises doing, Rusty?
Yeah, I'm gonna wear him as a badge of honor, I think.
Is it really bad form, the guy who's with his leg, to be like, can I ask you where you left my trap? The trap?
The white dragonborn, kind of like literally and figuratively gives you a very cold stare back. She has her shoulders up, chin up. There's like a cool air drifting off her. She's got this blue leather armor on, and like she has a white stave, and she kind of like pointed towards you, like, "Was that trap yours?" And she kind of like looks at your adorable little soft face. You would trap a race? Is that honorable? Is that something that you feel was the right thing to do?
Under the circumstances.
And her dragony face like erupts into a wide, toothy smile. Like, you might go farther than I thought. Your trap is still aboard the boat.
Thank you.
I chucked it somewhere once I got it off my leg. I do appreciate you, dulling it a little. Not a lot, but a little. I don't like super appreciate it, but
Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Sort of like bows and then scurries back towards the boat. And then, even though you've plugged this in for me, Jay, it says my battery's low, so.
Oh no! whilst Basque goes to refresh their batteries and their ammunition, you hear a out of the corner of your eye, Jomp. You see something like wiggling near you, just out of the corner of your vision.
I'm going to pounce on it. Maybe it's good cooking.
And it is it retracts quickly, and as your eyes follow the little thing, it goes into the mouth of the lizard folk who's standing there, as it was their lengthy tongue coming to kind of probe you. Their eyes are kind of like dots in little orbs, like a chameleon, and they kind of like rotate individually, so they both just lock down on you. They're wearing, as I said before, like lots of like leather straps, each one with different weird serrated shaped weapons and stuff like that, and spears on their back. Go on, sorry.
Hey, thought your tongue were a rat. I'm wrong. It's your tongue.
They'll kind of like turn their head sideways. You don't taste right.
I should hope so. I'm 100% genuine. What do I taste of? Kobold.
Weakness.
Weakness, me? No, you got it mixed up for strength. You got them the wrong way around.
The tongue doesn't lie. And like flicks a little.
Oh, I'd like to say it with pleasure, but I just leave you in dust, like we just did. You know, when you didn't win at all, when you didn't even come second or third. Did you come fourth? Maybe.
Yeah, they were fourth. Yeah, like were they even fourth? Yeah, I think they were fourth.
That's like last half, isn't it?
You could call it the lower 50%.
So Basque heard this and is scurrying away extra quick, like puts his ears down and just
like looking up at this lizard folk. Just saying, like, you know, respect where it's due. I came first, you came fourth.
And it's difficult to read the emotions of this lizard folk, but they're clearly not pleased with you, and they kind of get back to they take out one of their blades and start sharpening it, even though like there's been no blades involved in this thing so far. It's just like this is what they do. Next to you, Rusty, you see this human kind of starting to patch up the various bruises on their arms where they've tried to like been bashed repeatedly by crates falling on them, and they're humming a little tune as they do. This person isn't wearing the kind of regular adventuring gear that you guys, I imagine, are wearing something along those lines, or actually, yeah, you wouldn't be, would you, Jomp? But most of the contenders you've seen wearing some kind of armor.
Wait, is Jomp naked?
Flying squirrel pose.
That wasn't your tail wafting.
But they're wearing like a bright yellow waistcoat and a fine-looking shirt, like long-sleeved shirt, and studded slippers on their feet. Altogether kind of impractical for sea travel or for any kind of adventuring. But you can kind of maybe tell the purpose behind their attire, as they are wearing on their back, and they bring it round and start to like make sure that it's not being damaged, and examining a large harp, or not large, but a handheld harp, and kind of like tutting as they're like, oh, it's got a dent in it. This is partly your fault, you know, sir. Towards you, Rusty.
What's that, Governor? Sorry, I missed it.
This is a fine harp. This is a family, well, maybe not a family heirloom, but it's certainly bought by my family, and we spent a lot of money on it.
Okay, Governor. Why are you talking about that?
I expect some sort of recompense for you to get this back into shape. Look at this ding, and he shows you like probably an almost imperceptible. If it wasn't for your keen monk eyes, you wouldn't be able to notice a very small dent in the framework of the harp.
Can I grab it and cast guidance on myself? And with my deftly monkey fingers try and like massage the tiny dental.
You do a I'm gonna say a sleight of hand check with guidance.
Do a metallurgy roll.
or just straight up strength, depending on which direction you want to go with it.
And what were the options? Sorry, sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, strength, athletics, maybe. Pure pressure.
I'll do I do the sleight of hand, and then was it 1d4 for golden?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 22 anyway.
Wow.
And maybe with your deftness of your hands, you manage to like massage the dent out of this, and maybe like slightly soft metal that's making the shape of the harp. Doing so by making two smaller, smoother dents maybe on either side of it to kind of like make up the shape. And he just looks at you like absolutely aghast, like, mate, how dare you? How could you?
Well, I fixed it for you, mate, didn't I?
Fixed? Oh dear. And he's like, you see him trying to kind of rub it out with one of his sleeves, trying to get it smooth again, muttering away to himself. And,
was that a sentimental bump? Or... I can put it back again if you want.
It'll affect the whole tune of it, son. He strums it, and it sounds exactly like a harp should strum. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't damage the harp of Sylvester Onfroy and not face the consequences, sir. You'll see.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, sorry, Geese. I didn't mean to bother you. I was just trying to help you out there. Well, it's quite awkward, really, isn't it? Well, I'll tell you what. We've got two choices. I can either put the dent back, or you can jog on and lose this competition.
We'll see. We'll see who wins who in this competition. Don't count old Sylvester out.
Sylvester Pomfret, was it? That means chips, isn't it?
Onfroy. Onfroy. Of the Onfroys.
Onfroys.
And you can do it. Maybe do a history check. Maybe.
I think that box might have hit you a bit hard on the head there, mate.
I mean, that is true, regardless of.
It's a 19.
19.
That was a nat 20.
Was it? Oh, was it nat 20?
Yeah,
Got a
yeah.
-1 to history.
-1.
Man, Rusty is on fire. It is. Yeah, they're a very well-to-do family that you probably have heard of. Very rich land-owning, business-owning, like expansive family of the Onfroys. Doesn't have to change your opinion on them in any way. Just you know who they are now. He's trying to invoke the family name to get some sort of reaction out of you.
Painful.
But I feel like Rusty would probably have the same reaction regardless.
Yeah, well, it was nice meeting you, mate. Yeah, but I'm going to go and stand over there because you're just weirding me out.
So, as you continue to have your rest, if anyone needs a short rest, you can have a short rest if you want to. I don't know if anyone needs it mechanically. I don't think so, but the crowd begins to kind of, you hear the murmur rising coming from the boat back towards where you guys are on the dockside as the captain is making a way back from the boat towards you all. And the 6 of you stand in line as the captain approaches. Oh, 1 second, we've got like very dramatic music on. I'm just going to change that. Basically, combat music is unnecessary.
I assume the captain had brought that within him himself.
Yeah.
Like he's just hired someone to follow him around by playing the Pirates of the Caribbean theme tune.
Behold, Captain Stellana is here. Well, we have our 6 fine champions here, and almost ready to crown 3 as the new Dodgers of the wonderful Star Strider to become part of our most precious crew. But who will make it through? And he kind of raises his hands up to the crowd, and all the crowd are cheering and exciting and shouting different names. And you hear your names being shouted from the crowd here and there. And you also see bets being taken place all over the show. People are betting on who's going to make it. And you see bags of gold coin passing hands, and people in like dark outfits doing trades and getting the odds on who's going to make it.
Be mafia.
it's the Dodger betting mafia. you all know them. As the captain kind of once again holds up to the air in a very dramatic fashion this deck of cards. We will now let our contestants, our potential Dodgers, choose their challenge. And he brings the cards down, flays them out in a 6. And you guys will get to choose what challenges you're going to take. Do you want to roll to see who goes first, or do you guys want? Do you know who
Second
wants
from
to go
left.
Crystal maze.
It is like the Crystal Maze.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Let's take you over to the artwork section.
All that bloke over there is a Judah Pole.
And we should have, once you guys are back, several
Dramatic.
cards. There are 6 cards with 6 challenges.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't remember where I put them, so I don't know what they are. it was a while ago. So who wants to go first, and who wants to choose what? Oh, should we roll? Should we roll? Theo goes first.
I don't mind.
You want to go first, Jump?
Yeah.
Go for it. Which card are you going to choose? You should be able to ping it, I think. If you can't ping it, just tell me which one.
Oh, I can't ping it because we don't have that up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not long.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
not? My bad.
It is
I've not
not.
done this. Now you can ping it.
Ooh.
Pinging away.
I
Look
summon
at that.
you.
That's cool.
Ping. It's not getting captured on the thing for some reason. Oh no, it is. There it is.
Might be
I see.
laggy.
There we go. There it is. So
Oh yes.
your card. Should you choose to accept it?
Oh, there's a lot of pings coming there. Oh,
Oh,
I've got
because
to do
it's.
some Celtic knotwork, yeah?
I just realised because it's capturing my screen, the invisibility thing isn't going to work. It's got to remove it. There we go. It just merges it.
Cool, eh?
That is cool.
The captain holds up the card, and all the crowd scream with excitement.
Whoa.
Like, it's the rig race! And holds it up. And he's very excitedly kind of holds it up. And
What do I
Who's-
do?
it is a race to the crow's nest.
Yes.
One contender on one side, one contender on the other. And the quickest to make it to the top is the winner. And it is between you, and we will see your opponents in a moment too, but the rest of you guys can choose your
Okay.
opponents first, and we'll see who the opponents are. Basque or Rusty, who's going to choose next?
I'm gonna go there. The middle one to the left of it. I'm pinging it, but it's not.
The immediate one next to it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You have got... Ooh!
Soup.
And he holds it up, and the crowd are a little bit excited, but they're not like overjoyed. They're like, it's the Galley Games, and the Galley Games, and it is a competition to see who can create the finest and most impressive meal. And he will look down and like, let's fingers crossed, eh?
What are you saying?
And lastly, Basque, which one are you going for?
I'm gonna go for. Oh, do I go for 3 in a row? No, I'm gonna go for this one. I'm pinging it. Is it pinging? Bottom corner.
Bottom left or bottom right?
Bottom left.
Bottom left. This one? Oops, daisy. This one?
Yes, that one.
Cool.
How are you pinging it?
Ooh.
Oh no! I don't like the look of that.
That's Upside down.
That was the move
Oh,
I did
no.
on the railing.
Life without replicators. He holds it up, and all of the crowd also go, ooh.
Oh,
And he
that's
holds
good.
it. It's the Keel Hall Climb. Known to be one of the most dangerous of the Dodger games. There is a ribbon tied to the hull of this boat. Thanks to Mr. Igni, the boat will be rocking, the water swelling, a dangerous task to climb down to the bottom of the boat and retrieve the rope. The ribbon, sorry. First one back is the winner. So it's a race to the bottom of the boat to see who can go about retrieving it on keel hauling. If anyone doesn't know, the rather unpleasant reality of keel hauling. It is you are dragged on. I won't go into too much detail of it, but your punishment is thrown under the boat, and the fact that the boat is covered in barnacles means that you are rather unpleasantly sliced and diced, which is what the threat is here with the keel haul climb. And nothing you wouldn't all be facing. Regular tasks for a Dodger, I'm sure. So we will begin the games. And I'm thinking we might do this as montage of all three at the same time, rather than doing them all individually. If you guys are up for that, we'll do it kind of taking turns-ish kind of thing like we've done before. So we'll do it in the order that we have had the reveals. So we'll go back over to the more exciting action music as we see getting into position at the bottom of the rigging is Jomp. On the far side, on the other side of you, seen approaching with a mist around them, is the tall white dragonborn.
White dragonborn.
She looks at you through the rigging and just gives you the kind of like just the kind of stare.
Friendly bunch. Hey, Rusty, do you want me cook's utensils?
Ooh.
Do you need utensils to cook?
You're cooking, really?
I
I've got
just
a
use my
whisk. Got a whisk. I've got a vegetable knife, a meat knife, and I've got a spoon.
I can't help but thinking we got the wrong challenges.
Out of the 6, you guys do have the 3 that are most attuned to your characters, but the wrong characters, which is really good.
Okay. How high up do I have to go?
It is 60 foot of climbing rope. For you, Jomp, each gap between the rope is probably about half the size of your body.
Oh,
Maybe a quarter the size of your body. But it's a big, it's a big latticed rope rigging to the top.
I got this. I can do this.
Do you have
Never been this high in my life. Depths, I can do depths. Of course, it's just another depth, isn't it? It's just the opposite way around.
It's the upper depths.
I can do this. I can do it.
Excellent stuff. And the crowd are cheering, gathered around the boat as Mr. Igni once again, head in his hand, points up the wand, fires a fire shot into the air, and the crowd all cheer, and the captain roars as you are off. What is your game plan, Jump, as you begin to climb?
Hands are on. I'm doing it the wrong way. OSHA would have a field day with this, but I'm going hands on the side, and I'm literally using my strength to haul me up, and then my feet on the next rung, strength again, feet, using my tail as some kind of counterweight to my body, so my body is pushing forwards into whatever it is I'm climbing up. Does it look like a ladder like that, or is it literally a rope?
It's literally a rigging rope. I couldn't find a drawing.
Okay, I'm literally strengthening my way up, tail wrapped round as much as it can for a non-prehensile tail.
It will have
Going
cross
up.
beams like a regular mast rigging, but it's not like an actual ladder like that one. Cool. Do you want to do an athletics check, I guess, if you're using your strength? Hefting yourself
Absolutely.
up.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing I can do. I could intimidate it into coming down to me. I suppose. 21.
21, very nice.
Right.
You make excellent progress hefting yourself up these ropes and getting yourself moving up bit by bit. But you can see on the opposite side of you, this is one of the most face-to-face challenges, because you can literally see on the other rigging on the other side, the White Dragonborn is keeping up quite casually, as their strides are half the length of yours. And even without smashing the roll, they've managed to keep up with you pretty well.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the camera spins and pulls out from a spinning pot, as we see Rusty in front of this stove. And opposite you is your good dear friend, Sylvester Onfroy, who has been chosen as your competitor. And he laughs. Oh, I know fine dining, sir. I know fine dining. You are in for a challenge.
Yeah, but you're making it, mate. You're not eating it.
I've seen them do things. I picked up one or two things, I'm sure. So the challenge is, it's a very open challenge. It is to make the best meal. What that means is entirely up to you. What is your game plan, Rusty?
Where are the exits?
Exits are here. So this is taking place on the boat. This is a separate time to the rigging race. This isn't all happening at the same time, because that would be like, there's rigging and there's climbing and then there's you making a meal. But yeah, the crowd are kind of around, but it's less of a cheery kind of like event that it is like people are like, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna make? Much more murmuring and whispering, and even more bets getting placed.
Bake off.
It's a very aggressive bake off.
I'm going to pull on my knowledge of barnacle bashing and seamanship. That sounds wrong. And go for a nice fish stew. I think.
A fish stew. Excellent stuff. So, you see... Bless you. You see the... Sylvester... like looking through a little notebook and like, no. Yes, no. That's what I can do. And as the wizard, like once again, like very bored, puts his wand up to the air, doesn't even look this time, and just sends off a fire into the air, narrowly missing the sails. You see Sylvester, as quick as he can, which isn't that quick, runs off the boat.
Well, I'll win by default then, isn't it? He's run away.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
Did he leave his notebook there, or did he take it with him?
He'll have taken it with him. I think it's a good shot. I don't think he was quite that panicked. What are you up to? I'm
going to peruse the boat and look for a fishing rod. I think take my time. Let's do a bit of fishing.
Yeah, you can. As Sylvester goes sprinting off as fast as he can, you can spend a bit of time looking for a fishing rod and get yourself settled up on the side of the boat. Cast your line out. Speaking of being cast off the side of the boat, we'll transition to poor Basque. So, Basque, by default, you know that you are up against the lizard folk. Slender, agile, his slick skin, he's like stretching, ready to go under. The challenge with the keelhaul climb is the fastest way to move underwater is by going on the boat's surface, pulling yourself along. But there are there are other ways to get to the bottom of the boat. So that's the there are options. What is Rusty doing? Anything before starting the game? The challenge.
Rusty.
Oh, sorry, we're saying Rusty. Sorry, Basque. I meant sorry.
I was like, oh no.
Sorry.
I mean, if you want to be keelhauled instead, you know. So for when you're saying like keelhauled, like are they doing it with like the actual dunking, or do we just need to get under the boat and get the ribbon?
You get the ribbon from the bottom of the boat. The boat will be rocking side to side, and the undersurface of the boat, despite Rusty's hard work, is still barnacled.
And how is the ribbon attached?
You can ask that of the captain, and he'll tell you that it's just attached by like a metal loop. You pull the string off, and it's an easy grab. It's not like an unknot situation.
Do you have a plan? But I don't think it's going to work.
It's the best kind of plan.
Do it.
Basque doesn't need all their fur. So, the wizard this time, he's managed to find himself like a sun chair, like a lazy deck chair. He's lying back on it and points his wand towards the boat, and the boat starts to rock side to side. The captain, are you ready to take on the keel hold climb challenge? And the lizard just kind of gives both his eyes like rotate towards the captain, and he gives a nod.
Mm-hmm.
Basking being a not at all nervous agreement.
Mm-hmm.
The wizard fires up into the air once more. The flare goes into the sky. What's Basque doing?
So, Basque's plan. So the boat's rocking, but the ribbon's going to be attached to the bottom of the boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to run over the edge and try and run along to where it is. So like, because it's like under the boat, so he's going to whoop off the side, like with his claws, so he can just stay attached to it and pull himself along.
On the boat's surface, like clawing on the boat. That is the quickest way of doing it, but it's also where all the barnacles are. So it's possible that you can get a bit sliced by doing that.
Oh, I'm with you. What I'm thinking is, rather than try and pull myself all the way along, I can just go along like the central bit of the boat, and then if it's attached to a ribbon in a loop, I've got a bow and arrow. So can I just shoot it and get it that way?
You can try and do that under. It's going to be difficult to fire the bow underwater. Have you got anything that you can throw?
I've got a knife. I can throw my hunting knife. And I've got a short sword.
Probably throw a knife underwater.
And I've got a quarterstaff. I was thinking like a harpoon is basically a bow and arrow, but
it's a different. I think it's a different. A crossbow works, whereas a bow and arrow doesn't. I think. As far as I know, I've not done a huge amount of underwater stuff. But yeah, you'll be able to use it, but it'll be with disadvantage, I think, because of the situation with the water.
I'm going to take the risk.
Cool. So, how are you getting down there to start off with? You see the Liz Foss just spoosh, barely a splash as it dives off the side. You're doing the same? You want to give us an acrobatics check to dive under?
So much
sorry, quick twist. Oh no, 10 and 21, so 10.
There is you see the Liz Foss like go down, and you hear like a little kind of spoosh, and everyone else on the deck and on the boat, like you see a big from where Basque has dived in, and you're in the water. You can see the Liz Foss is keeping away from the hull of the boat, but they're using their tail to propel them a bit faster, and they're kind of swimming through the water. They're going to take the long route down.
Alternative plan. I don't know if you'll get me get away with this twice. Are there any
Seagulls?
tentacles, yeah. What are those ones that dive into the water? Cormorants. I was thinking fish, but I don't think that's going to work. Or like a crab, like a friendly crab, like Sebastian. Is there a Sebastian around that I can?
There might be at the bottom of the harbour, but like it's quite far away down from. There's no one
you use
like
the sword and the dagger to use on the ship hull and drag yourself along that way.
Yeah. Or yes. Oh no, but we can't. Yeah, I'll do that.
Cool.
Or just 2 arrows and just drag myself along like that.
Excellent stuff. So you dive in with it. Well, you plop in with a splash.
Cannonball.
Yeah. Go about 2 arrows. Is it you're doing? And stab them into the boat. And as you reach forward to stab the next one in, you see a hand, little red hand, grabbing a rope. As Jomp, you are continuing to climb the rigging. You can see this white dragonborn, twice your size, is doing twice, finding it twice as easy. What's your game plan?
Okay, the next kind of cross rope thing that I get to, I'm literally going to launch myself up as far as I can.
You can jump.
I'm going to jump. Because I'm good at jumping. This is what I'm going to do. To try to give me that little bit of a head start before I carry on pulling myself up.
Excellent stuff. So you can get yourself into position and then try and, I guess, leap, jump forward. Do you have any jump skills, or is it straight up athletics again?
There are no jump skills.
No, I mean, like, do you have a feat or the spell jump, things like that?
No.
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 I've got levity.
No. I've got chef. No, I haven't got anything. I've just got a tail like Tigger. I'm gonna bounce like Tigger because Tiggers are wonderful things, and so are jumps.
Excellent stuff. So,
I'm doing
you
it.
Do your jump. 12.
Yes.
As you jump, you've been doing a lot of climbing, and these ropes are very far behind. You can push yourself to make it if you want to.
I'm going to.
But as you do and you grab on, you've made a good distance. You've made like a climb's worth of distance, maybe a bit more, maybe halfway up the way now. You feel the tiredness of it. So you might struggle with anything physical in the next round.
Oh.
But you've managed to gain a very slight edge on the Dragonborn, who is.
Can I?
Go on, sorry.
Can I say something to her?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have to resort to
Over the din of the crowd.
to putting her off in Draconic. I'm gonna do my best. You know what they say about white Dragonborns? They say they're at back of queue when it came to picking colour because they're so ruddy boring.
And she's like busily climbing away. She basically feels like she's got it in the bag, and then she's like, "What?" Like completely. Like, it's so uncalled for.
You know what? Sorry. I gotta win.
Meanwhile, we cut over to the line going bloop into the water from Rusty fishing. Have you got any fishing experience, Rusty?
Only from cleaning barnacles off and being around the sea.
A lot more like handheld fishing than rod fishing, I guess.
Yeah. He's been in the sea, and there's fish in the sea. That's probably the.
Well, you spent a life doing seaside activities. I'm guessing fishing is not something that's miles out of your wheelhouse. Do you have any sleight of hand skill?
I do.
If you have sleight of hand, you can use that. If not, you can roll 20 plus proficiency to do your fish line casting.
15.
15. And after a little while, maybe like 5-10 minutes, you feel a bite, and you manage to strengthily reel it in, and it's a small to medium size. It's a fish, but you know that there are, as they say, bigger fish in the sea. So it's up to you whether you're sticking with it or you're...
He's gonna appraise it, give it a little wiggle, maybe try and converse with it, and then look for somewhere to put it in, like a bucket.
Are you tasty, mate? There'll definitely be a bucket. Yeah, you can chuck it in a bucket. Are you banking it, or are you putting it in the bucket? Are you calling it there, or are you going to try and get another one, or what's the plan?
Is there any sight of Pomfret, whatever his name is?
Sylvester Onfroy. You don't see him, but there is a murmur in the crowd in the distance, and you hear music coming slowly towards the boat. The dulcet tones of Sylvester Onfroy.
I'm going to throw my rod back in, pull my cloak over my eyes, and kick back.
I thought you meant like throw the rod in the water.
Yeah.
This is how you do it, right? And as the thing splooshes back in, we cut over to the dockside where we see the crowd parting. As walking down the pier, strumming his music, is Sylvester Onfroy, and in front of him, walking almost mechanically, puppet-like, is a man in a chef's outfit who is walking towards the boat. His eyes look a little bit affixed as Sylvester sings to him and brings him towards the boat. Meanwhile,
Sneaky.
under the boat, we've got...
Before you do that, so are we watching what's going on?
Yeah,
in
you guys will be watching each
trials?
other's games. Yeah, definitely.
So, like, Basque is not going to stand for that. It's going to be like,
Trap.
Captain?
And he'll be like cheering along with the guy with the music, like, oh yes.
I don't know about cooking, but I don't think you can cook people.
I don't think he's. Is that what you people do here? I don't think he's going to cook the Sylvester.
That's Sylvester Onfroy. The rich are different.
Rich and different. Do you want to do a persuasion check?
They're rich, aren't they?
Oh no, sorry, it's a deception check, not a persuasion check. You've just not made him a cannibal by suggesting it.
Nat 20.
Is it nat 20?
Yeah.
-1.
He's like, oh, every time we come to port, and he storms over to Sylvester. He's like, Sylvester, I'm not having this on my boat. And you can see Sylvester trying to focus on the music, like, no, yes, Captain. Trying to maintain his concentration on the music whilst trying to address the captain. Whilst Rusty's got his feet up and his reel in the water and taking it easy.
We're really doing some harp music right now. Where's that?
A arrow digs past a surface of barnacles on the edge of a boat, as gripped by a wet furry paw from Basque. What's the plan, Basque?
Can I see the ribbon?
You just got in, so you're gonna physically clamber your way down. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
It'll be athletics check if you've got that, or if not, straight strength to force your physically against the tide of the boat as it's rocking backwards and forwards. Every now and then your feet are coming out of the water and then back in it.
I was going to say, do the barnacles fall under animal handling? Can I convince them to just like gently let go of the boat?
If you had like anything like talk with animals or something, I would be 100% up for that.
Rise,
No.
my mollusk friends.
What did we get on the strength
Do
check?
it.
Or acrobatics? Athletics, sorry. Oh, have you not rolled it
What
yet?
did I get? No, I've rolled athletics 13.
13. So yeah, you make it about quarter of the way under the boat. The one arrow after another. Every now and then you can feel the close call as like the boat weight shift changes and the barnacles come close to the rest of your body. You can see just in the distance the tail of the Lisfos starting to go underneath the boat.
I'm now just wondering what a barnacle is.
It's a very sharp clam that attaches to boats and other things. Anything? Are you? Is this you'd keep up this? Digging your way around?
Yeah.
Cool.
Unless I can drop to the bottom and walk along. No.
I guess that's something you possibly could have done.
Bottom of the harbour.
Yeah.
No.
If you'd had something to weigh you down to start off with, that might have worked. But I think you're not going to be able to add any weight to yourself at the moment, if that makes sense.
What about bear?
Sorry?
The crushing weight of despair. Would that do it? Or no?
Just Basque just sinks slowly then. Back to the rigging. Tired from your
Yes.
leaping, you see an angered dragonborn on the far side. And I won't stand for this. And she opens her mouth. Just as you're doing this, she opens her mouth. And erupts from it a wall of ice.
Woo!
Cold, frosty breath, freezing the ropes above you, making them difficult to touch and hold as frost kind of crinkles all the way along them for the next section of the rope. And she continues to climb at a steady pace.
What a teasy old gal.
She gives you a smirk as she continues. You hear a mumbling about plain white.
Boring. What I want to do is she within 30 feet of me.
Yes, you're right at the top now.
I don't know what we call the underground, the underdark. There's a beautiful bird. It's about 2 centimeters big, and it's iridescent and beautiful to look at, but it comes in flocks, and it makes a noise of. And then it stings you. And we call them the stinky boys because, we don't really know what they're called. But I'm going to make that noise around her head. Just the noise, because I can't do more than one thing at a time. And I'm going to try to put her off.
And you see her smirk and her muttering, and as she is continuing to climb, it catches her off guard. And you see her miss the rope. And she falls down 3 or 4 and has to readjust herself to get back into position. You've now got between you and the very top this single row of frosty rope.
I've bought myself a bit of time so I can afford to take a little bit more care on this section.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
I'm not going to go hell for leather because it's cold and slippy.
So with that, you don't need to roll. If you're taking half the speed, you can take it easy, take it
Yeah,
slowly,
yeah.
hold the least frozen bits, and you're halfway to the well, not halfway to the top, but you're like 1/2 movement to the top, basically.
Oh,
Almost there.
almost there.
An argument breaking out down on the docks between the captain and Sylvester, who seems to be absolutely incensed as to why someone's calling him a cannibal.
That was
and on Froy of all
top-notch.
people.
On Froy the cannibal.
When a bigger fish is pulled out of the water by you.
There's always
Rusty.
a bigger fish.
Always a bigger fish. This one is. Do you want to do a strength check, maybe?
Yar.
I think survival is fishing technically, but we won't do that.
Oh.
That'd be a bad roll.
I got a 0.
A 0.
Wow.
You pull on it's a really big fish, and it is so big that when you're pulling on it, twang, you hear the line break as you go skidding backwards a little bit. And it seems like the fish you got is the fish you got.
So let me.
What's the plan with the fish?
Where is Omfrey now?
He's still on the dock trying to tell the captain that he's not a cannibal.
Can I work out what he's doing? Is he a bard and he's like?
He's a bard, and you can probably tell from he's not trying to hide it. He's kind of showing off that he's doing it. He has charmed this chef, who will no doubt be able to prepare a meal better than he can.
I'll just I'll walk up to the railing and I'll just shout out, "Well, Captain Meldmucker, how many sous chefs do you get out in the middle of the ocean that you can charm?"
That's not the point. No, he said charm, not jump. As the captain continues to like worry about his own, how he's presenting to the crowd as like someone who's going to allow cannibalism. But it looks like it's not going to be long for Sylvester to convince the captain that it might not be going the right way. There's a pot in front of you, and that's been provided for one for each of you. Is there anything else you're doing with the putting in with the fish or anything? Or?
I am going to take the fish apart and remove its intestines and then wipe them around the inside of what's his face's bowl.
Ooh. Ooh.
Do you want to give us a survival check for the effective gutting of the fish?
You absolute bastard, that is genius.
You take the guts out effectively, but they splat into your own bowl. But you can then scoop them up and then also run them around. More effectively run them around Sylvester's bowl.
Oh, gosh.
Meanwhile, speaking of gutting under the water, the tails disappeared underneath the way now. What's the plan, Basque?
Can I? So I've seen the guy's tail. Where's it disappeared?
Just under the boat.
Okay. How far ahead of me is he?
He's probably getting to the ribbon by about now.
Can I tell what direction he's kind of going from his momentum?
The plan is to come back up the same side that you went down. But he's going to come back this way.
I'm gonna wait for him, and my plan is to tackle him and grab the ribbon.
Ambush.
Ambush.
I like it.
So you can position yourself ready with cat-like grace.
I'm trying to think if I've got anything else.
Just throw another trap out and watch it sink to the bottom of it. Whilst you're whilst you're getting ready, we'll go back to the top of the mast where Jomp is one cold climb away from the top of the what's it called? The crow's nest. That's the word.
Crow's nest. Where is the Dragonborn?
Duriel has rotated herself and is now back in the regular climbing form. She's made ground whilst you took your time. It's real close now.
Okay. I'm going to give it my all. What's the worst that can happen, eh? I am going to... Part of me wants to make another leap for it. Have I managed to gain any energy back during that last slower climb? I'm going to go for it then. Absolutely, 122% of me.
Awesome. So it's a leap. Athletics check to bound to the top to make that last bit of the climb.
7.
What did you get?
Oh, 7.
A 7. You bound forwards and you grab on. You're at the very top of the rung below. It's cased in ice. And you feel your grip slip. And a long fall below you. You make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can right yourself, or anything else you can think of.
I am going to put my tail through the rung below me, so at least I've got that. I have nothing else that I can do. It's dex. It's a 7 again.
Oh no.
Okay, this time I can call upon the favoured of the gods. This is a saving throw situation. So I'm going to dig deep inside. I can feel that spark within me that looks out at the horizon and wants to experience it all. I'm going to roll 2d4. I rolled a 4. That is an 11.
Oh, nice.
Double figures. Woohoo!
Grab onto this top rung of the ice. You slip and fall. You grab on again with your tail in, trying to grab another one, but it's still more of the frozen ice, and you spin. Your tail spins you round now as you falling down. But by the grace of Jomp's god, you grab onto a rope. That's not part of the actual rigging. It's part of the boat's rigging, but not part of the rigging set. And the rope swings, and you get the feeling that with the right kind of momentum, you might be able to swing all the way to the top.
I'm gonna embrace that. I am absolutely gonna embrace it.
It's probably gonna be acrobatics, athletics to get yourself there. It's a big check.
I don't mind either. I think acrobatics is probably
go for it.
For this one, I'm not proficient. 14.
14. As you swing around, and you see Duriel, the White Dragonborn, like getting really close, and you get to the top. You let go and land on the prow of the crow's nest. Just as at the same time, you see Duriel's hand touch the top, and it's too close to tell.
I'll take a draw.
And she kind of looks.
I think feet should count more than hands, though.
Yeah.
She kind of looks like you just come from behind her. What? You don't have wings.
Squirrel wings.
And the crowd are absolutely screaming at this swinging around on the ropes and how close a call it was. Meanwhile, a much quieter affair. How's the cooking going, Rusty?
Yeah, Rusty's got no idea really. He's just sort of looking around.
It is a survival check to cook food, I think, generally. So if you want to do a survival check, you can do that to see if you can cook this fish up good.
I'm not trying to cook it. I'm just waiting for something until I can to 3 is 8.
8, yeah, it's not going great. It's kind of like it's seared on either side, but doesn't seem to be properly cooked in the middle.
Rusty's like, what? What do you mean you can't use seawater? What are you on about? Fish live in the sea, don't they?
As you see, kind of like playing at double speed now, Sylvester comes up, is like playing twice as fast. As the chef is like moving twice as fast, like, got to go quick, it doesn't last too long. And begins to like command the chef to start making food. And he starts like, you see him like he's chopping vegetables like razor fast, and he's got he's brought with him some sort of like steak piece that he seems like preparing perfectly, getting all his stuff ready as fast as he can. And then the chopping, like the music is playing faster and faster, but then the chopping gets slower and slower, and then eventually the chef kind of looks at his knife and then looks up at Sylvester. What am I doing here? Who are you? And oh, hello. Yeah, we're you're cooking for me for this competition. Quick, come on, quick. I am not cooking for you. Who are you? And begins to the chef begins to kick off at Sylvester. The captain comes aboard, and the chef is also not pleased with the captain either, and starts shouting at him. You're aboard the Star Sailors. I don't care for Star Sailors. Where is my restaurant? And he'll a huge argument. And whilst this argument is roaring away, you see the wizard fire up another flare into the air, signaling time is up. And Sylvester looks to his bowl, his empty bowl, and drops to his knees. Oh no, for the love of the gods. As the captain looks to your bowl. Like, well, I guess it's the best dish, and you've got a dish, so I guess we'll claim this is the winner. This is the worst winner we've had. Rusty is the winner. Nobody eat this.
Well, you didn't actually say it had to be edible. You just said it had to be a meal.
And it is that is the technicality that is what. And
Whenever.
Lastly, under the boat, perched like a predator with hunter instincts, a wet cat, you see the outlines of a sleek lizard moving through the water with a trail of red ribbon behind them. What is Basque going to do?
Gonna pounce on him, and we're gonna get the ribbon.
How are you pouncing?
With great force and precision.
Are you going to go for you can do an attack roll if you want to do that, or you can do a athletics, I guess would be, or even acrobatics underwater. I guess it kind of all mix into the same area.
I think what he's gonna do is just like wiggle, try and get like crap, and then just like
wiggle.
like he's doing the cat wiggle. He's not even really aiming for the lizard. He's aiming for the ribbon.
Nice.
So his goal is to grab the ribbon and get away.
And
if he can confuse/hurt the lizard, fine. But that's going to be collateral damage.
Do a athletics check to see how much force you push off with, or a strength check, whichever one you're better with.
No athletics.
Oh, not another 7.
Is that another 7?
Not enjoying it.
You
not having a great time.
Push off underwater. It's not with any dramatic speed, but it's enough timing enough to get you there. And the Lizfos kind of sees you coming and is like gives you his eyes rotate towards you in his little spots. Like, looks a little bit surprised to you coming from this direction. You can make a sleight of hand check to try and grab it from him, or you can try and do something else. As you intercept him, it's up to you.
Can I? I'm doing the thing you shouldn't do, which is looking at all my abilities and be like, which one of these can I use? But I'll probably try and make a sleight of hand check and just grab the ribbon and then swim up, not even trying to crawl along the boat, just up.
Up, cool. Go make your sleight of hand check, and we're all hoping for higher than a 7.
18.
18.
Oh, thank God.
Nice. The Gris, the lizard folk, as he sees you coming, his eyes rotate. He prepares, waiting for the attack, to kind of fend off your spears or your sword, whatever you're coming at him with. But doesn't expect you to not come at him with anything, and instead you manage to swirl past him with your not insignificant girth, making a disturbance in the water, and pinch from his belt the red ribbon, and with his lizard-like reactions, he is swimming after you immediately. And are you pulling towards the surface?
Yes, but as I'm going to be kicking off with my feet to try and swim towards the surface, but I'm going to be wrapping the ribbon around my hand.
Nice.
Because I'm not going to make the same mistake that he has just made.
Make an athletics check, a contested athletics check, to see if you can make it to the top before he does.
Does that mean with
Before he gets you.
disadvantage?
No. He's going to roll as well.
Oh, okay. What did we say that was athletics?
Yeah.
Boop.
10.
10. You feel as you said, this isn't Basque's place underwater, and the weight of your fur holding you down, and you didn't get the push off that you were hoping. It's not a speedy ascent to the surface. But rolling a 7. Gris is far too eager, like too angry to coming after you. They're paddling too hard with their slick arms and aren't able to catch up, as emerging from the water is a fuzzy paw holding a red ribbon. As you emerge from the water to cheers, as people don't really know how to cheer for yours, Rusty. I don't. It's kind of like a weird like, yeah. Jomp, you're getting cheers and cries as you come down from the rigging.
Yes.
As Basque, as you come out of the water, and the 6 of you are arrayed in front of the ship once more. The captain, the chef, is being escorted away from the docks now by several guards.
Still shoot.
I will get my revenge, pussies. That's how you start the BBG. The captain moves round to the front of the ship. I'm just going to change the music again. There we go. And begins to address the crowd once more. Like, we have had 6 excellent adventurers here. 6 potential dodgers who have proven themselves in these games. As captain, I will decide over the performance of these last 2 trials. Each of them. Sorry, this music is weird. Sorry, I need to change this. it's like the Rugrats music. Like, where's that come from? There we go. Where was I? Sorry. Yes, the performance in the last trials will decide finally who will make it onto my ship. And as he's about to speak, a figure in kind of a raggedish black clothes, like worn fancy wear, and a bowler hat, walks up to the captain from the side and kind of just whispers something in his ear. And the captain kind of like nods. And the winners, the 3 dodgers who are coming aboard the Star Strider. Doreel, the White Dragonborn, Gris, the Lizard Folk, and the wonderful Sylvester Onfroy. Congratulations to all 3 of you. And the crowd are confused, but then it slowly turns into applause.
I'm gonna applaud. By going, great news.
Well, we technically did cheat, like. I think we injured most people, probably killed several. Go winners! Hey.
And the three of them step forward, acting like deserved winners, as they stand next to the captain and take their position as dodgers aboard the Star Strider. And that is
it
where.
because they're all taller than us? Are you tallest? Or
Are you
is that shortest?
Are you speaking to the captain?
Yeah.
We can address the captain at the start of the session next week if you want. We'll pick up right here where you guys have been delivered the exciting news. But
I got what in the water? Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm so wet.
You are.
You look quite cute when you're fluffy, though. It's quite entertaining. You're like 3 times the size. It's hilarious.
Angry cat face.
Can I hair dry you with prestidigitate?
well done, though, guys. I would have picked you 3. You guys did very well. But yeah, amazing stuff. You managed to complete both of the dodging run. I wasn't expecting you guys to be first in that. That was very, very good. I knew you'd ace these trials, even though they were terribly mismatched for who you guys are. Just so beautifully mismatched. It was really good. But yeah, welcome to Jammy Dodgers. Not Dodgers yet. Well, you are.
No.
Enjoyed it.
Captain Stellana's
Honorary.
gone down in my bad books.
Well,
Can't like him.
He knows how to put a
Not
show.
like
Got to give him that.
didn't he?
But we can pursue that next week.
That was awesome. I enjoyed that. That was fun.
Yeah, it's really good.
Thank you for playing with me,
Thank
you
you
three.
for
It's
running.
been starting this adventure. It's been really, really fun. Yeah, I've been excited about this for a very long time, and getting to actually play with you guys is really exciting. And you guys smashed it. Just no matter what the captain says, you guys smashed it.
We didn't ruin his ship. Well, we didn't, but Jomp.
Yeah, that was one of the things. Of like, apparently, if you're going to run a dodger trial, you're well up for your ship being smashed apart.
Or
So-
arrows stabbed in the bottom.
Yeah.
So my other plan, which is real cheating, was to try and distract the wizard. So actually, none of it would work because if
That's
you
good.
get rid of the wizard, then. But that
good.
feels a bit like cheating.
I mean, it's all fair in the dodger games. If you think the Hunger Games have got cheating.
Oh, that was cool.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody, in chat as well in our first adventure. We're looking forward to getting you guys on some new exciting adventures as we go on. Basque, Jomp, and Rusty, although you did not get the prestigious title of Dodgers, official Dodgers, quite yet, you did, however, with your wonderful experience in racing around, level up. So well
Oh my
done. You
word.
are slightly less fragile, little level onesies. As we start, yeah, whatever happens next.
Fantastic.
And yeah, we'll find out what happens next week. I have been JStation64. Thank you for joining me and as I lead these brave, foolish heroes through the adventure. You can find me on my channel at JStation64 over on Twitch and on my YouTube channel where I do dinosaur things. RevTed.
What is make noises?
Yeah. Very detailed breakdown of the things that I do.
In my crayon drawing of a dance.
Very good at shouting myself out. RevTed, do you want to shout out your YouTube biz?
I am RevTed. I have a channel called Revivify, which no one can spell or say, on YouTube. And I occasionally make videos. I've got several in the pipeline, but I haven't released any yet. I mainly focus on older tech, as we can see in the background. So yes, pop along, have a look, say hello.
Stuff. Ghost of Sunny, have you got anything to shout out?
Can I shout out the Little Ghosty Games channel
We're
on
right now.
YouTube, which is where we'll be uploading this and the other bits of this story, and there's also some Vaesen and fun stuff.
The
As of
Vaesen
yet,
adventure.
for Vaesen, no regular upload schedule in any way, shape, or form. To
I
delightful
wonder what happens
surprise.
to James, Jimmy, John, and Joseph, and
And
Yeah.
Martin and
The schedule is inevitable, but not predictable. It is coming. It's just when it comes.
The second
It's a
part is
surprise.
done. There is a resolution. There's closure for everyone. Don't worry.
It's largely edited. It's just not finished. Oops, oopsie daisy. We'll get there. We'll get there. And Amadan, have you got anything online you want to shout out about, or is this your
see
inaugural
you
stream?
next time.
Yeah, see you next time. That's lovely. Excellent stuff, and we will see you hopefully next time, 8 o'clock next Thursday, as we find out what's going on with the Dodgers.
Oh, wait.
They've been mugged. Find out how and why and how we can fix it.
Robbed.
Yeah.
If I'd bet money, I'd be fuming.
there was
Human.
part of me that was like, are they going to bet that they're going to win because of meta? Alright, but it'll be good. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. We'll catch you next week. Have a wonderful week. And it's goodbye from me. And goodbye from these guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.